We're using Meld Studio for the first time. What is this? Welcome, Ola. Hey, welcome to the crew. It's nice seeing you here. Still trying to figure out how to get on X. Maybe start immediately. Enable stream encryption. Okay, content restriction. Okay, none. Oh shoot. Okay, none. Recommend encoder settings. All right, well, I don't really care about that. Settings and create broadcast. Oh, did it break? Did I break it already? Stay. Are you serious? Hold on. I think I already create new source, meld. Boom. It's that or something's like broken with this production studio thing. X gives me so much trouble trying to do the simplest thing. All right, yep, let's leave. All right, we need to start a new broadcast. Oh, maybe I can just oh no. Okay, so we're going to create a new broadcast. We're going to do gaming. All right, we're going to try this one more again with X. So it seems the URL is always the same. All right, we're going to turn this off. Turn off X, please. There you go. Is this the same password? This is the same password. All right, we got a success. Boom. And we're live. Let's go. All right, we did it. Finally got the dang X Live working. Now, this is what I've been trying to do for a little bit now. It took me a little bit of time, but it's all right. Took me a little bit of time, but we are all right. I love it. I love it. I love it. Is it going to post on X? No. Will it post in media? Maybe. Like, where do these videos where does this even go? That's what I always wonder. It's like, if I stream on X, where does it even go? You know? X broadcast. Okay, so it's on there. It's somewhere. But did I not make a tweet? It's like not on my X anywhere. Am I just like floating in the ether or something like that? That's crazy. Oh, I guess it shows I'm live on my. You know what? I don't really care. I don't need a tweet. We'll just do that. We'll just do it live. All right. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. All right. This is fine with me. So we're currently on Twitch. We're on YouTube, both with the vertical and the short form content, which the short form content I haven't ever tried that before on YouTube. All I know is they say the word on the street is it's a good way to have people view your channel and kind of get exposure. So here I am trying that out. Pretty good. What we're gonna start off with is I'm gonna watch I'm a couple days behind on what is it, the old P Diddy case or the whatever case, and we're gonna watch the first episode or the first one by what is it, Law and Crime Network. We're gonna watch the first episode of that they have coverage of that. We might watch another one, and then I'm gonna do a little vibe coding. So I'm gonna be working on this AI project. Then once we do that, I'm probably gonna get into some Baldur's Gate 3. So this will be a lot of fun because if I'm on what is it? If I'm on the shorts feed right now and I have people able to kind of like watch me play through that, that'll be pretty fun. Um but yeah, I'm kind of hyped. This is my first time doing the vertical stream. I want to try doing the vertical stream on I was going to try to do it on TikTok, but I really don't like it over there, man. Like I don't really get like YouTube. Whenever I post a short on YouTube, it does better here than it does on TikTok. Maybe I'm in like some sort of like TikTok hell or something like that. I don't know. I don't really care. Doesn't really bother me. Um, so yeah, not gonna hold you anymore. I'm probably gonna BRB real quick. Put this down. Make you all listen to my voice. I know one thing though. All my effects are weird. Like I used to be able to have some sort of like block in the audio so that way I guess let me see. Mm. Okay, so I can now discload sound from a VOD track. Well, I mean, I still can't listen to music on YouTube, you know? Also, I want to know how does my I need to see how my stream looks on Twitch before I do anything else. Just cuz this is crucial. Crucial. Okay, I'm doing 1080p. Okay, I'm doing 1080p. All right, dope. It's not that bad. It hasn't been that bad so far. I guess I'm just like super paranoid because I can see the KBS on one side and it doesn't look too good, but it's all green, so it looks stable. So I don't know. Well, it'll be pretty cool. I wonder if they're gonna add like AI into this. Yeah, we're gonna have to take some time to figure this thing out on stream. All right, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all any longer. Let's get right into it. We're gonna be watching. Let's see. Ooh, there we go. All right, is it recording? Yeah, we're recording. All right, I'm not gonna hold y'all any longer. I'm gonna get right into it. We're gonna be watching with this. What is this? The Feds. The Feds. What is it? Ooh, let me fix my webcam here. I like the little round. The what is it? Give me here. Can we do 999? Boom, a circle. All right, we're gonna be watching this show. Not the show, but we're gonna be watching. What is it? Let me do this. Law and Crime Network. Subscribe to me if you want to watch the full P Diddy case. Let me move my camera. So yeah, Law and Crime Network. They're pretty good. They're gonna be covering this. They got people down on the ground watching, working, looking. So yeah, we're gonna see what this man did. I know they said, I ain't really. To be for real, I don't really, I don't really follow like celebrity stuff or like I don't really listen to like hip hop, like drama stuff or anything that goes on in that. If I be for real, I didn't listen to like what was it? I didn't listen to like rap music maybe until I got to like college. And then even then I didn't really pay attention to it. And then now when I did, well, I guess when I got to college, I stopped listening to like rap in like 2016 because I think that was the same year. What was it, like Lil Dicky like killed everybody on the track there. He was the only one that freestyled, and then before that it was like all these other rappers that were freestyling, and I was like, man, these guys ain't hot, these guys ain't good. I didn't care for it. So yeah, I stopped listening to all the rap music, and then now here I am. I heard stuff happen about. I heard Diddy did some shish, and I was like, damn, bro, sounds like you fucked up, buddy. So yeah, I'm gonna watch it, see what happens. It sounds like what is this? This is a sex trafficking trial. Yeah, buddy. You done big fucked up. I know we early in the video. YouTube's not gonna like that. Me so I'm probably gonna have to blurp that out. But yeah, man, this is crazy. Cat Williams, I still remember like Cat Williams came out. I did see that though. Cat Williams came out on the what was it, the Shay show, the Shay show. He's in trouble with something too now, ain't he? But I know not Cat Williams, but the guy who he was on the podcast. I think they got him for something, or he's in trouble for something. But brother, I know Cat Williams came out there and he was talking that mess. He was like, bro, this happened. This goes on in Hollywood. And I was sitting here like, what? Because I remember back in the day when I was younger, I like Cat Williams. I think he's hilarious. He would like talk about some like wild stuff, like similar to this, but you know, he was saying he kind of said the same thing, but I thought it was just I was a kid. I didn't know any better, but I thought it was a joke for real. And then here we are years later, and little did we know it's the truth. Like crazy. But let's get into this right here. I'm gonna see, like, let's do a test real quick. Can y'all hear this?
For the opening statement,
Let me pull up a window so I can listen myself. Okay. Okay, I got YouTube not YouTube app, Twitch up. Let's see if we can hear this.
since day one, Elizabeth, thank you so much for coming out really quickly to talk about.
Let's see if we can hear this.
Since day one, Elizabeth.
All right, big bet. We're in there cooking. We're cooking. All right, let's start this at the beginning. I'm gonna sit back and watch, and I'm gonna be dumbfounded. That's all I can be. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, what the heck?
For the opening statements, day one, Elizabeth, thank you so much for coming out really quickly to talk about this. So first, I want you to set the stage. The whole scene out there. You had almost trouble getting into the courthouse today. Talk to us about what you're seeing.
Is this just people? Is this people like coming from the courthouse, or just like how busy the city is? I wonder.
Oh yeah, I crashed out a little bit this morning.
Wait, did she say she crashed out this morning? Using the lingo the kids use now, eh?
Jesse thinking I was not about to get inside that courtroom just because of just how crazy it is. I mean, you can just see the lines just going all the way back with media. It's going all the way back just with the public, just so some people could either, one, watch the trial, get a glimpse of Diddy's family members coming in and outside of the courtroom, and even as well as see us.
Yeah, you have to think, for a lot of people, since this is closed and we're not allowed to see what's going on, there are a lot of people who want to know what's really going on behind closed doors. Because I remember, what was it, 2021 with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case? That was crazy. I know everybody who was a content creator or who was just locked in. They were streaming it, they were watching it, reacting, posting anything and everything about it. Like, that was a crazy time. Like, I still can't believe that was live. Like, I guess they wanted everybody to see, but like, my goodness. Well, it wasn't a criminal case, it was a civil case. So I guess that's why it was open, but I don't know. I know a lot of people would want to watch this just so we're not getting like secondhand information, because even though like a lot of these reporters go in and kind of talk about what's going on, we can't always, guarantee that what they're saying is 100. Well, we can and we can't. You know what I'm saying? Because like, if you weren't really there to listen, then you may not always feel comfortable being like, yeah, this is 100%, especially if you're the type of person who's like, if I didn't hear it firsthand, then, it ain't real. But
his attorneys, whose members include Brian Steele, Mark Agnifilo, Mark Garagos playing in kind of that defensive advisory type of role. So it's crazy out here, especially, it's Diddy, it's high profile celebrities, it's salacious allegations. Then on top of that, he's facing a lot of time behind bars. So you can understand why so many people of the public want.
A lot of people want to know that. Hold on, let me turn the magic mic off on this guy. I don't know what that does. Automatic gain control. Yeah, I guess the automatic gain control raises it up and down. That's pretty cool. Let's see.
wanted to be here and wanted to get here super early so that way they could attend. I even heard somebody was standing in line and was auctioning off how much that they would give to somebody else in line for up to $500, $600.
Wait, what?
So that's just a lot of
people over here auctioning spots in line. I guess people would do that. They just get up there early because they know people want to go in there and see this. They're like, hey, you know what? How can I make a quick amount of money? Because it's like, for real, like if you don't have any money, it would be kind of a win-win, right? Because it's like, especially if you're going to be chilling anyways, you just get in the line and like, what happens? You either sit and watch the whole case or you get a chance to watch the case and then you're like, hey, I can get I can get an interview. You know, somebody be like, what'd you hear? I could charge you maybe a couple bucks for the interview, or better yet, you get some money because a reporter or somebody who wants to talk about it like them can be like, hey, I'll give you X amount of money for that spot. Say $500. $500 is like nothing for their chat. Well, not for their chat, but for their channel. Especially if they're making these videos and they're getting like how many views do they have on this? They have like almost 1 million views. So $500 for a million views, that definitely is worth it. So I could understand a lot of people, especially like a bigger network, who maybe have gotten there late. Good and well, they'd be like, yeah, maybe we should pay that. Maybe we should pay that.
people here. Now, as far as who was inside the courtroom today, still is a lot of famous faces, or well, let me not say famous faces, but a lot of people that we are definitely familiar with here at Law and Crime. You have Mark Garagos in the courtroom, Karen Agnifilo, who is the wife of Mark Agnifilo, who's also representing Luigi as well too. You had Little Rod inside the courtroom today, and he's one who had filed one of the many civil claims against Diddy as well too. He came in probably, I would say, maybe a little like 8:30ish, kind of came in with his sunglasses, 2 chains on, as well as his attorney was inside that courtroom as well too. You have all of Diddy's children, with the exception of his youngest daughter, Love, were inside that courtroom. So that includes Quincy Brown.
So wait, all his kids are in there?
Combs, Delilah Combs, Chance Combs,
that's crazy.
Jesse Combs. Chance's mother was inside that courtroom. Diddy's mother was inside that courtroom.
Wait. Hold on. So they got his. I mean, I understand like the older adults, but do they have? I wonder, like, do they have? They got everybody in here listening to this stuff. Is that even? I mean.
Youngest daughter was inside that courtroom, and then you have the twins' caregiver, who is also best friends with Kim Porter as well too. So a lot of people were inside that courtroom as well for just opening statements, just to get this jury selected, because it went down from 43 to 18 today, and so a lot of people were inside that courtroom. It was body to body, and what can you expect? It's Diddy's first day of trial, so this was, just a little bit of what we were expecting today. But it's crazy out here.
And I will encourage everybody to check out what you're posting on X, Twitter, because earlier today you actually posted that you saw Rodney Little Rod Jones, one of the first people to sue Sean Combs. He was outside the courthouse. We were always expecting who would end up showing up during the course of this trial. Talk to us about the jury.
Wait, the first person who sued this cat showed up? Hold up now. That's wild. Hold on.
Who is this jury? What can you tell about how they're reacting so far to opening statements? I mean, NBC has reported you have one juror who's a 69-year-old male, another juror who's a 31-year-old male, another one 51-year-old male. You have a 42-year-old female, and they have different numbers to them. But what are you determining based on the jury? What's the makeup, and how are they positioning? How are they reacting to the opening statements?
That is a good question.
So
yeah, well, kind of a hard question to answer, I should say, just because of where I was sitting inside the gallery. It was really hard to kind of see each and every single one of their faces.
What is up, Johnny? How are you? I'm trying out a new, I probably look weird I wonder how I look, because I'm trying out a new Twitch. not Twitch, but a new streaming application, and it has both vertical and horizontal. And I'm not sure the I'm not sure the horizontal is doing too good on here. It looks like I am you probably sent me. Hey, what is this? Oh, are you on your phone? Hey, is that hold on. Yeah. I'm on I've been trying out a new live stream thing, and it I'm trying to get it I was trying to get it to be vertical on, I guess, the computer. I'm not really sure how that's going to go down because I'm streaming to both. And yeah, like I got my stream key. I did all that stuff. I did what it told me to do, but I probably need to add them on X and be like, "Yo, you like the layout?" Well, thank you. But what I was trying to do on here is stream vertical, so people who are on the phone can watch me, and I have it where, like, because I'm doing both right now, so that way I can have it on the bottom, me, top the visual, and then if you get on, I think if you're on X, Twitch, and Rumble, you can see me. Pretty much, you can see me like normal. Um, The only thing is, I don't really like. Yeah, I don't really like their chat stuff. They were like, "Yo, you can use like it's like you can see multiple chats, but well, I guess the YouTube stuff is broken right now, so I can't really do that." And then can I open encoder view? Yeah, I don't really care about that, but it's pretty all right. I do enjoy I do enjoy it. It's all right. I just wish I could see my other chats. Like, I don't know. Oh, okay. I can't keep doing that. But yeah, I'm streaming live on X. It'd be nice if I could. Oh, I didn't even post it. Post. Wait, did my chat is my stream still good? We still good? We still good? My phone's in the way. Yeah. All right, dope. Dope. All right. I was just making sure. Let's go. You're still here. Number one. number one team. Yeah, I'm about to get back into this show though. This right here has been crazy. I didn't know his kids. I didn't know like his kids were there like that, bro. Like damn, bro. Like damn, bro. I ain't know it's like that. Let's get back to it. You're still here. Welcome back. Who's texting me right now? Hey, the red dot is gone. Maybe I'm in a new channel. Am I still here? Y'all still here? Y'all still here? All right. I guess my dot is still here. What should I change my YouTube title to? We're talking about watching Diddy. What's up, Zed? What is this? What is it? Reacted to the I'll be like, what did Diddy do? Just let you know. Oh, thank you, do. What did Diddy do? What did he do? What did he do? Did he? Hey, did he do it? Yeah. People are gonna be like, I'm gonna put it in parentheses. Did he do it? Yeah. Boom. There we go. Hey, if anyone asks, it was IOU Johnny in the chat that recommended this for the YouTube short video. We're gonna just go ahead and put that right there. All right. And it's gonna be edited too. I'm gonna have a long form version of this. So I guess we're doing the not blame. Hey, if anyone gets mad and is like, what? Why would you ask? Did he do it? I'll be like, hey, I asked for a title name. Hey. Be like reacting to the opening statements. You're ready? I'm ready too.
Both sides were presenting.
I'm already
opening
3
statements.
minutes in.
But what I did see from being inside that gallery was some people jotting notes, some people just very
Man,
much intently
he
listening
look
to
ugly as
both
hell.
Emily Johnson for the prosecution as well as Tani Garagos for
Wait,
the
is that the
defense.
judge?
But as far as the
My
makeup goes,
bad.
I kind of just took their jury numbers and compared them to the notes that I took last week when I was here for jury
Oh
selection.
no,
You
it's
have
not.
one who's a scientist, one whose brother is a security guard. He knew Diddy was
How's the
arrested
audio
but didn't
sound?
know the charges. You have one person who's part of a union job. He works for the Department of Corrections. Another person who is now retired but previously used to work at Verizon. You had
Video ain't moving.
another person whose friend is a
Crazy. Let me run it back. We were at 333. I'll put it right here. Audio's great. All right, dope. That's good. That's good. I have this thing. It's called Magic Mic. Their Magic Mic is pretty cool. It's just I don't really care for yeah. Uh-oh. The app doesn't like being moved. It doesn't like being moved. I'll just post it. Boom. All right, let's get in this.
How are they positioning? How are they reacting to the opening statement so far?
Yeah, well, kind of a hard question to answer, I should say, just because of where I was sitting inside the gallery. It was really hard to kind of see each and every single one of their faces.
I bet there's a whole bunch of people in there.
But what I did see from being inside that gallery was some people jotting notes, some people just very much intently listening to both Emily Johnson for the prosecution as well as Tony Garagos for the defense. But as far as the makeup goes, I kind of just took their jury numbers and compared them to the notes that I took last week when I was here for jury selection. You have one who's a scientist, one whose brother is a security guard. He knew Diddy was arrested, but didn't know the charges. You have one person who's part of a union job. He works for the Department of Corrections. Another person who is now...
Question: how is the video audio and my mic audio? How's that working? Does that sound good? Sorry if I'm asking too much. I'm trying this new great. All right, perfect.
Retired, but previously used to work at Verizon.
Because I want to be able to talk at the same time.
Friend is a detective,
sounds balanced. Okay,
is a
dope.
Security guard. But you know, as far as the defense was kind of making their objections today, as far as jury selection goes, and you know, just kind of the objections they made that the government was striking 7 black jurors, that type of thing. There were still black jurors that are going to be serving on this panel who are going to be making making the decisions going into those deliberations. So from what I saw of the jury makeup as a whole, it really was a diverse group of men and women of all different
Who is
ages,
this guy?
all different walks of life as well too.
Who is this guy in the background? Who is this man? Who is this? Did he just see a camera? Did he just see a camera walk over and be like, you know what? I gotta get my message out. Free P. Diddy. Free him. He ain't doing nothing wrong, damn it. Is this what this man's doing? Don't tell me don't tell me he saw this camera and said, you know what? Let me get to it. Let me get to it.
So we hear some commentary in the back right there. Obviously, I think there's going to be a lot of commentary when it comes to this case. But Elizabeth, we counted up. They cut it off.
They said, we see there's a little bit of commentary in the background. Now, there's probably going to be a lot of that. I knew from the shit on his head where that was going. Yeah. He looked like he was ready. He was ready for action, man. He was ready for action. But now I think it's funny that they just cut that right off. They say, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and just switch the channel. We don't need none of that right now. We're going to go ahead and just switch that over.
Right now, I believe we, as we're looking,
he's gone.
We're counting up how many men there are. I believe there's 8 men, 4 women on this jury, all different.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? They just tell him to shoot. They say, hey, get out of here. Get out of here. We don't need you. Get out of here. Go on somewhere. This ain't time for your soapboxing. They cropped him. You think they cropped him? Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Nah, he was right behind her. Ooh, maybe she moved. Nah, maybe they just photoshopped him out. They used AI to just wipe him out.
Counting up how many men there are. I believe there's 8 men, 4 women on this jury, all different ages. None of them younger than 30 years old. Oh. Take that for what it is. A little bit of older individuals as well. But I think it's really interesting when you talk about what we saw today with opening statements, right? And by the way, just to reiterate something that you mentioned before, the first argument we heard from the defense today was saying that the prosecution, they raised what's called a Batson challenge to their preemptory challenges, saying you're striking jurors based on race, which is improper. The judge didn't side with it. They got a jury selected. Talk about opening statements. I want to start with the prosecution. Emily Johnson, what was the main...
Wait, they tried to say they were removing jurors because they were black or whatever? Or what was that? Hold on.
They raised what's called a Batson challenge
or
to their
just
preemptory
whatever.
challenges, saying you're striking jurors based on race, which is improper. The judge didn't side with it. They got a jury selected. Talk about opening statements. I want to start with the prosecution. Emily.
Yeah, he's just talking over him. You're right. He is still there yelling. Yeah, 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 yeah. There he is. There he is. His arm. He got. Yeah, he's right there. That's him. I think that's him. Yeah, he's still there yelling. I think that's the guy right here. That's his arm. I think he's out here. Yeah, 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 yeah. He's out there still yelling. He's like, yeah, she's trying not to laugh. The professionalism. She's trying not to laugh, even though it's probably funny as heck. Just hearing him yell, like, what do you do? Do you just I mean, you do nothing, obviously, but it's like you're just trying to make a video. You just gotta kind of have to like sit there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what you gonna do? you know, you just keep on recording. Only thing he's doing is just talking louder than the audio coming from her side. But I mean, you could probably like lower her volume or like cut her volume until like he asks her a question and stops talking. You know what I'm saying? Like the producer could easily just cut the feed and start it back so it's like clean. But hey,
Johnson, what was the main
hey,
theme
look at him!
and
Look at him! There he is. Yeah, he's still there. Yes, sir. He's still there. He's protesting. That's what they saying. He's protesting. That's what I heard. Yeah. Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's protesting. He's letting the world know that this is his truth. You know, like,
did you learn something new? And Elizabeth, you're going to have to talk a little bit louder because that guy behind you is incredibly loud. So
oh
what was
no!
the theme
Hey,
of
look,
Emily
they got him
Johnson's
moving.
opening statement? And did you learn anything new? Anybody that might testify?
Yeah, so
It's crazy it took them that long to be like, hey, maybe we should walk over there and just like be a wall, like a semi barrier. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to like do nothing. You just gotta like stand there. You know what I'm saying?
obviously we've been following this case from the beginning, from the time that Cassie
Because
had first.
because you see, I'm gonna run it back. I'm gonna run it back. I promise. But you see how he just like disappeared as like those two guys appeared behind her. He was like, "Huh, this guy is it bigger than me? I'm gonna run away or just go the other way. I can't just stand here now. This guy's standing here." Oh, hold on. Let me run it back.
What was the main theme of today? And did you learn something new? And Elizabeth, you're going to have to talk a little bit louder because that guy behind you is incredibly loud. So what was the theme of Emily Johnson's opening statement? And did you learn anything new? Anybody that might testify?
Yeah, so obviously we've been following this case from the beginning, from the time that Cassie had first dropped her civil lawsuits against Diddy.
They sent this brother in a suit. They said, this is it. You people go get him. This is you people go get him. Nah, dude, don't do him like that. I mean, but yeah, I feel like he did be like, "Hey, brother, you need to leave, bro." But hey, I wonder, can I alternate the background color of the chat? Yeah, I was trying to see if I can get. There's like a UI. Okay, there we go. Custom feed note overlay. There we go. I was trying to make the background darker so that way you all can see a little bit better, but I don't think it's going to happen. Actually, let me. Boom. Let's put the chat right there.
Diddy. And so a lot of the stuff that we were listening to from Emily Johnson
Video's
was
still good?
expected, right? You know, she starts off with saying, this is Sean Combs. He's a cultural icon, a businessman. He's larger than life. But then she went and kind of talked about the defendant's crimes, the defendant being Diddy, that went past 20 years.
Is his hair really that white? Like, I wonder if it was, I wonder if he dyed his hair or if it's just like stress. Yeah, these drawings are pretty wild. I do say, like, they did him kind of dirty here, man. Like, he looked ugly a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think anybody looked particularly good. But at the same time, these drawings are great though. At the same, like, even though the people look like they look pretty ugly because it's kind of, you know what I'm saying, it's like a little drawing, like someone's interpretation of them. But it's like, it's still really good at the same time. Like, this is a really good drawing of somebody. And like, I think it's interesting that true, it is talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, that does look like Diddy. It's like a caricature almost. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like it's like a court caricature. You just have somebody in the courtroom like drawing important moments in, you know, throughout the case to kind of like document it. And I always thought it was something that was interesting because like it's so interesting how court drawings have their own style. Yeah, they do have their own style. And it's something that I kind of like enjoy or appreciate. I can not enjoy, but it's something that I can appreciate, you know? Hold on, is the chat's not, hold on, let me fit this. Fit the canvas. Boom, there we go. I guess, can y'all see this on mobile? I don't know if how y'all see this on mobile, but it's like right below me. I wonder if y'all can read. I probably can't read it too good. I feel like I have to like make the font bigger. But yeah, I like how they all have their own style. It's all pretty unique. And even though it is like they look ugly again, I think they look really good. You know what I'm saying? Like the characters in them look really good. I would watch like an animation of this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something that I would be into. If that ever happened, you know? Okay, I guess yeah, you can see the chat. Dope. I pretty much wanted it there so y'all can see both Twitch and YouTube. All right, let's keep going.
There's, you know, kidnapping, allegations of arson, allegations.
Kidnapping and arson? Brother, you're a busy man. How do you make this much money and then just be like, you know what? You know what? Let me just mess it up, bro. Let me fuck it up. Let me just fuck it up. That's what I feel like we doing here, bro. Like what is going on, man?
Of drug trafficking, sex crimes, obstruction. You know, they were talking about one specific night where the defendant was on the hunt for girlfriend Cassie. So I was pretty surprised there that they just went out of the gates and already had just named her. I was assuming when she were going to be taken.
He blew up Kid Cudi's car? What? You lying. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Oh my gosh. I can't believe he blew up Kid Cudi's car, man. That's wild.
Taking the stand, that's when the jurors would know her.
Like, imagine, like, I keep pausing, but like, imagine that's old news. Well, it's new to me. I I don't keep up with this type of stuff, man. I'm all about programming and coding. That's what I try to do these days. Like I like keeping my brain on something that lets me build so I can keep to myself. Cassie said that in her civil suit. Well, again, now I know. Now I know. That is crazy. That is wild, man. And now I guess if he settled for that, can they take him to jail now for that? Like can they do that or is that like not a thing? All right, whatever. We watching this.
Name,
Let's
and
keep going.
that's when she would be introduced as alleged victim number one. But the government came out and just automatically just named her. They talked about the incident where Diddy found out Cassie was seeing another man, and that Diddy took his gun and his bodyguard, and Diddy threatened to allegedly kill this man that Cassie was with. Emily Johnson talked about how
talk about the jealous type. Am I right?
That he also had to take
I'm kidding.
control
It's
of
way
her.
beyond that, boy.
Videos of Cassie
That's way beyond
and
that.
to use them against her. These are the types of things we had already known and were already kind of painted out inside those indictments that the government had written up.
I'm gonna save the Diddy do it for the thing.
Diddy referring himself as a king, which is kind of ironic. He has a giant king crown on the back of his neck. Emily Johnson spoke about the defendant using his inner circle to manipulate women that for a while he watched how his bodyguards kind of played, or bodyguards as well as employees kind of played a role into this alleged RICO conspiracy as well too. And she made it a point to say this case is not about a celebrity.
Why make a whole bunch of money and then just mess it up?
Definitely kind of
why do that
to being just that he lived an alternative lifestyle, that type of sort, and we'll talk about
an alternative lifestyle. What's that supposed to mean? People they hating on him. Did they say they hating on him because he's living an alternative lifestyle? Is that what they just said? Well, hold on. I need to hear this shit again, bro. I don't think nobody care about that, dog. Ain't nobody care about it. I think everybody care about blowing up the car, like bringing your gun and a bodyguard to somebody's house because you jealous. Like what? What, bro? Come on now. Hold on.
And she made it a point to say this case is not about a celebrity's private sex preferences, because that was something that the defense definitely kind of chalked it up to being just, that he lived an alternative lifestyle, that type of sort. And we'll talk about that more in a second. While there has been a lot of reports about victim 3 and where her whereabouts are or anything like that, the defense didn't talk about alleged victim number 3. Instead, they kept it pretty short.
So the defense pretty much walked up there and said, did he do it? No. This man simply loves to live an alternative lifestyle. The baby, I did hear about the baby oil. That shit have been joking around about. But the baby oil is for all the other things this man loved to enjoy. It's not for what the world is trying to chalk it up to be. I was like, I don't know, buddy. I don't think anybody care about any of that, dog. We care about all the illegal things that you were doing, brother. We care about all that. We don't care about who you were sleeping with. Well, I mean, we do care who you sleeping with because we care about how, but we don't care which way you swing. We care about what you doing, man. Cause I already know you's wilding out. Talking about blowing, I still am amazed you blew up Kid Cudi's car, bro. Like what? That's what they saying in the chat. They said that old man here blew up the car of Kid Cudi. Like I think that shit's crazy, brother. And if you didn't do it, brother, why are they saying you did this, dog? Why are they saying you did it? I need to know what's going on here, man. I need to know. Cause what I'm hearing, these rumors here, man, these words I'm seeing in chat, brother, and the fact that you've been in jail with old Bankman Fried, whatever his name is, FTX boy, and Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, like
To the point, they talked about Cassie, they talked about
bad boy
Jane,
for
who was
life,
referring
for real,
to
dog.
the other alleged victim. In this case,
Hey, hold on. He what was it? Bad Boy Records. This bad boy now has a record, yo. Hey, officially.
government was talking about, the freak offs being also named Wild King Night, something that we had also known
Are they
about, as well
recording
as
him in the
even just
back?
simply as hotel nights as well too. Allegations of
They're
flying escorts
they're
across state
recording the
lines, out
guy.
of the country, into the country, that type of thing. That Diddy had demands to for the staff to set up his rooms in advance, lighting, lube, cash for
What?
escorts, drugs for both Diddy and the women that were participating in these types of events. Women had to dress in lingerie, had to wear white nails, tall heels, something that Cassie had pointed out in her civil lawsuit that was later settled. Talking about the drug use.
Oh
Then they
man.
went into kind of, the allegations
Yeah, we need it.
specifically.
I wish this was
Hearing
open
what's
so we could hear what
happening and
exactly they're
how,
talking
the
about.
defendant had met Cassie. They had a 17-year age difference. Cassie was initially given a 10-album deal, and obviously that never happened as far as putting out a whole bunch of different albums and that type of sort. And so these
Man.
were types of things that we had already known about. I think some of the more interesting points also go to Jane, as far as the other alleged victim. She was a single mom. She met Diddy around 2020 when Diddy was single, when Jane was single, but Diddy was seeing other people. Diddy introduced Jane to the freak offs, and she had tried one just to kind of make him happy, and then just kind of kept going into this repetitive cycle of doing these freak offs, wild hotel nights, that type of sort, just to kind of appease him. That Jane
Oh
didn't want to
my
do these freak
goodness.
offs, and that she had tried at even one point to hire men on her own that worked in the porn industry so she could pick the men. Diddy made her these escorts not wear condoms when they allegedly participated
Oh,
in these types of
brother.
activities. So these were just kind of the big things that were pointed out as far as the government. And Jesse, do you want me to go into the defense? Because the defense was pretty interesting as well too.
Before you go into the defense, as I was reading about the reporting today, it was the first confirmation that Cassandra Ventura is victim one in this case. We always guessed it. We always surmised it. Now we have a definitive answer. And by the way, I think it was either the prosecution or the defense who mentioned that she's going to probably testify this week as we wonder who the first
She need to
witnesses
go
are
ahead
going
and
to
testify.
be. And also,
We need this whole
reference
case
to
opened
Mia,
up. We
who
need
is
cameras
Sean
in there.
Combs' personal assistant.
Yep.
That is maybe going to provide some important testimony in this case. Now, before we go to the defense, real quick, as though you're looking at all these people that are behind you right now, Elizabeth, are these all reporters? Are these all fans? Are these all people who are
Probably a little bit of
supporting
both.
Sean Combs?
They got
Who are
probably
not
got people in
supporting Sean
here
Combs? Are these just
who are
interested
team
spectators? I'm trying to get a
him, people
sense
who
of the
aren't.
people that are walking behind you right now.
Yeah, so obviously I was trying not to pay attention so much because it's really so many people, but it's really just kind of a common mix. It's a lot of people who are here with the media. You have field producers, you have social media producers, and pretty much every outlet across the country is here right now inside that courtroom. I would say there's too many supporters beyond that one guy just kind of yelling, and he had been kind of saying some pretty vile things to us as reporters. So, we're trying
Well, I
too
wonder what he
much
was
not to pay
saying.
attention to him as much as possible. As far as the family goes, right before we did this hit, we saw the family kind of get into a sprint.
You wonder where young Miami belongs in this story. I wonder if she's Jane Doe. Huh. Well, they did say they think Cassie is, was it victim number one or person number one? And then there is a Jane. So if there is multiple people, then I guess she could be, since, like, man, that is crazy. Crazy. Oh man.
Sprinter van and kind of drive off, maybe to get something to eat, maybe to decompress. Because, think about it, Jesse, his children were inside that courtroom, especially his daughters were inside that courtroom, hearing about their father, booking escorts and allegedly beating women and that type of sort. So maybe it was just the time that all the family members just had to get out of here, get away from this media circus. But for the most part, it's a good mix of both media and just the general public who are just genuinely curious.
So Elizabeth, I know you have to jump back into that courtroom because they're going to start up up in about 15 minutes. Real quick, if you could summarize the defense's opening statement, some highlights there.
Yeah, the defense's opening statements were pretty, we were kind of expecting them. They were going to have to admit that Diddy had been physically violent towards women in the past. They were going to have to admit that Diddy
All
had this
right,
type
so
of temper, that, he participated in taking these types of drugs, and that his temper was especially bad whenever he was on drugs and alcohol. There was a point in the openings where Diddy stood up when Tenny Garagos was introducing him to the jury. For the most part, even throughout opening statements, he kind of sat there calmly. He looked at the jurors. He looked at Tenny Garagos, who again provided the opening statements on the defense's behalf. The defense was kind of harping on the fact that the government has no place in his bedroom, something that we had talked about many of times, just how they're kind of paying.
Okay. So they're trying to argue. So they admitted that he did all this abuse and drug use and this, that, and the other with them, but they're trying to say that they're only coming after him because of his sex life. Is that what they're really trying to argue? That like he didn't do anything illegal. He's just, he's just. I hope he exposes all the pedos. Hey, they need to let him know. They need to let it. He need to open up this is gonna be a Pandora's box for sure. Just cause like they what was it? They were supposed to release the Epstein files. They never did that. Well, they were supposed to do that, but that got mixed up. Yeah, I think they just saying he a freak. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like they are pretty much just saying, oh yeah. They would definitely but would he? Like, well, I mean, a lot of the people who hung out with him were other celebrities. So it's like, would they do that? Or would he easily just flip and give up all the other people in Hollywood? But I mean, I guess depends on how deep the well runs. If there's a whole bunch of people, if there's a whole bunch of people down there, then it might be worth putting them on the giving them the old Epstein treatment. But I know in the beginning of it said that the lawyer he had originally was, I think so, I think I heard this somewhere, either it was the beginning of this or what, but the lawyer he had was he was a lawyer for Osama bin Laden or something like that, and then like he quit this case because it was too much. So I don't know, man. I think if he, I don't know if he'll ever flip. I feel like he's the type of person who'll be like, I did nothing wrong, and he'll do that until the end. Yeah. And my whole thing is like, if you admitted that you were violent and you did all this stuff and you had drugs and you did all this, you know what I'm saying? Then like, if multiple people are saying like, yeah, pretty much, like, but for real though, if my whole thing is like, if you admit to doing all this violent stuff and like giving all these people drugs while they're there, then in my opinion, it's going to be a lot harder for you to fight the whole like, I didn't sex traffic them. Like, I think that's where it's going to get hard, like, because if you admit you did everything else, but you're going to try to tell me, yeah, well, you're like, yeah, I got mad and I beat the people and I got escorts to come by. We like drugs and we like baby oil. Well, like, I don't know, like, it sounds like you could easily convince me that, you also maybe beat these people to do this thing. You know what I'm saying? I think that also because he truly thinks that he has to admit that his ex, because it's on tape, everything else will deny to the grave. Yeah. Yeah. Anything that isn't taped. Yeah. Because that is true. They caught him and they caught him like right there. He can't lie about it. But I think the fact that they have him for that one thing is a lot harder to disprove the other things. I don't know. Has anyone found out if the baby oil was drugged or if it's speculation still? I think it's still speculation because it's not. I don't think he would ever keep laced baby oil like ready. You know what I'm saying? Like he probably would have it. Like he would have it not together. You know what I'm saying? I think he would probably like say, we're gonna get this, and then you know what I'm saying? I think it's like when the event happens, that is when everything comes together. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it probably is an easy way. I think you know what I'm saying, because it's probably be an easy way to get it to people. He told his son on a record jail call to get rid of all the plastic and pizza boxes. All the plastic and pizza boxes. Did they get any of the plastic or the pizza boxes? Or is plastic and pizza boxes a code for something else? That's what I want to know. And man, I wish this thing right here was live to the people. Code definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it probably had to be. But what do you think? What do you think it could be? You think the plastic would just be like, well, I know people back in the day, I know I saw videos. I do remember seeing that. It's like coming back to me, but they would talk about how Diddy always had like the best pizza or something like that, or people would go get pizza, something like that. I don't know. Can't wait for you to hear the witness testimony. Ah, well, if pizza, what would be pizza boxes? Yeah, I don't want to think about this too much. Oh,
Painting this as
yeah,
somebody,
I don't know, bro.
who
I don't
did
know,
bad things on
bro.
one hand, but were these bad things criminal? And that was essentially what the defense's argument was there. They said that the defense will see domestic violence in this trial,
Yeah,
but
probably.
while they do take it seriously, they say it's not sex trafficking. So I feel like they're trying to divide this line between, this being a domestic violence spat or domestic violence toxic relationship type of thing, as opposed to these being actual criminal acts that Diddy was allegedly committing and that
Oh
type of
my
thing.
goodness,
The
man.
defense was saying that these alleged victims were strong, capable women, that they made choices that were for adults, they were free of choice, and they came with both pros and cons, and that type of thing. And then they were kind of talking a lot about how Diddy was jealous and how, other partners or his other relationship partners. So, for example, Cassie. They also mentioned Gina, somebody I had talked about in some stories I had done. She had talked about how Diddy was physically violent with her in a podcast episode, for example. And so that was kind
What?
of her mention there beyond, what the government was talking about as far as alleged victims in this case and that type of sort. They had mentioned Kim Porter and how Cassie was jealous of Kim Porter's relationship with Diddy and that type of thing. And then
So they're trying to be like, they're trying to say that she was jealous of his other girlfriend. Wait, hold on. Wait, his other girlfriend is trying to say that she's just jealous? Is that what I'm kind of like, what? Hold on, let me run this back.
and
Hold on.
that these alleged victims, they're trying to divide. They said that the defense will see domestic violence in this trial, but while they do take it seriously, they say it's
It will make more sense when you hear Cassie testify. Okay.
Not sex trafficking. So I feel like they're trying to divide this line between, this being a domestic violence spat or domestic violence toxic relationship type of thing, as opposed to these being actual criminal acts that Diddy was allegedly committing and that type of thing. The defense was saying that these alleged victims were strong, capable women, that they made choices that were for adults. They were free of choice.
So they're trying to say, oh, they were adults. They could have just left at any time. No one forced them to be here. They knew that this was going on. Is that what they're trying to say? Like, come on. That is like Diddy had GS for the camera. He's into dudes. I'm a man. I've done over 10 years in prison. If you swing with men, there's no two ways around it. Oh, damn, bro. Hey. Hey, I mean, hey. Hey, all I know is the way
And they came with both.
he was married to Kim Porter, mother of his kids, stay pursuing Cassie while he was with Kim. Gina, other girlfriends, say he beat her too. Brother.
Both pros and cons, and that type of thing. And then they were kind of talking a lot about how Diddy was jealous and how, other partners or his other relationship partner. So, for example, Cassie. They also mentioned Gina, somebody I had talked about in some stories I had done. She had talked about how Diddy was physically violent with her in a podcast episode, for example. And so that was kind of her mention there beyond, what the government was talking about as far as alleged victims in this case and that type of sort. They had mentioned Kim Porter and how Cassie was jealous of Kim Porter's relationship with Diddy and that type of thing. And then everything kind of ended.
So they are trying to say that Cassie was jealous of Kim Porter. Make that make sense. I mean, make that make sense, man.
As soon as Kim Porter had passed away, Cassie went to her memorial service, and that was the last time she had seen Diddy, even prior to her expectation that she'll be inside that courtroom testifying. These jurors are going to see some of these freak off videos, but
if she were jealous of Kim Porter, why would she go to the memorial? They're going to be like, she went to the memorial because that was her way of saying, I'm going to have Diddy now. And then never sees Diddy again. Like, make that make sense, man. Bruh. Sound like homie a weirdo.
Devices,
I don't know.
Devices. And so
she admits she was, I think. What? Well, I mean, I guess if Kim was maybe getting better treatment than everybody, but I would say why is Kim Porter no longer here? Was she sick or did something happen? Like, what happened? Like,
so,
well, Kim died under mysterious circumstances.
They talked about Mia, for example, who had worked with Diddy for a number of years, and the defense says, they want jurors to evaluate.
I don't know about that one.
Testify. When they were talking about Jane Doe, it was the same thing, that this was a jealous relationship. Jane wanted to be more public, whereas Diddy, he wanted other relationships that weren't with Jane and that type of thing.
Public.
So those were some of the biggest takeaways from the defense's openings, as well as the government's openings as well, too.
Mysterious circumstances like Tupac and Biggie. Okay.
Now, obviously, there's a lot more detail to it. We're hearing it in an official capacity.
Same stuff with everyone.
These jurors,
same thing with everyone who crosses Puff. They get pneumonia or however you spell it. So randomly they're doing their thing and then poof, they have pneumonia. No one knows how they got it. They just get it. Is that what you're saying?
they might have heard certain aspects of this
in the summer. You get pneumonia in the summer. Hold it. Hey, I guess they went skiing in the Alps. You know what I'm saying? They went skiing in the Alps. That's what happened. They went out. They went on a trip. They went a trip to the mountains, up to the Alps somewhere. They got that. They got that. They got that. They had that. What did they have? They had that Puff Daddy money, that P Diddy money. You know what I'm saying? They can go to Alps whenever. You know. You know what I'm saying? They went to the Alps, went a little skiing, snowboarding. They wanted to get away from America's hot weather. You know, it was hot, baby, hot. So you know, they took a day out there. Oh, is that what you're telling me? That's what I hope. That's the rest of the story, right? They went to the Alps. They took a little ski trip. She got pneumonia when they came back. Fell out sick under the weather. Or was it like pneumonia? Because I don't know nothing about this. I've lived in a cold arse Vermont for 40 years. Ain't nobody getting that shit in the summer. hey. Hey. Is that what the doctor said? Did the doctor say this was pneumonia? Or did they say it was something like, they not have a doctor?
This is the first time, presumably, both arguments are being positioned to them for the first. These are the arguments we anticipated. Now, obviously, there's a lot more detail to it. We're hearing it in an official capacity. And these jurors, while they might have heard certain aspects of this case, this is the first time, presumably, both arguments are being positioned to them for the first time in such a very particular way. And this is opening statements. It's not evidence, but it is the start, the official start of Sean Combs' criminal trial. Elizabeth Milner, thank you so much for reporting.
Crazy.
Go back into that courthouse. Stay safe out there. There's a lot of.
Oh man, dude. All right, we said we were watching Cassie's opening statements, brother. This shit is crazy. Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch this, and then I'm gonna be playing Baldur's Gate after that. No vibe coding tonight, baby. All right, should I watch? Ooh, okay. Okay, so that was. Okay, that was 2 days ago. Oh, I think it's go. Okay. So now, which one should I watch? Should I watch Disturbing P Diddy Freak Off Details? What do y'all think? That was crazy. I didn't think that was happening at all. I'm on their webpage. Yeah, watch the highlights. Is it this one? Or should I watch the 11 disturbing moments? Which one do y'all want to see? They're both pretty long. This is 11. All right, we can watch this one.
Cassie Ventura, the star witness in the government's case against Sean Diddy Combs, takes the stand and
hold on, let me pause this. Let me run it back. Let me record this because we putting this on the tube afterwards. We're gonna edit this right here. All right, let's see what's going on. So this is 11 disturbing moments in Cassie Ventura P. Diddy trial. Man.
Cassie Ventura, the star witness in the government's case against Sean Diddy Combs, takes the stand and testifies about the freak-offs that are at the center of the case against Combs and the abuse she says she suffered at his hands. I go through the most disturbing moments from Cassie Ventura's testimony so far.
Oh my gosh. Oh, video froze? Thank you. We'll start it over. Thank you.
Cassie Ventura, the star witness in the government's case against Sean Diddy Combs, takes the stand.
Before we get started on the 11 disturbing moments, is it me or is this guy's like eyes too close together? Like, I feel like his eyes, I paused it.
And testifies about.
Is that frozen? Was that frozen? Or is it
witness
we good?
In the government.
It's frozen. Okay. I see. I got two I have two sorry. I have two canvases.
Cassie Ventura, the star witness in the government's case against Sean Diddy Combs, take.
All right, this is where we're at. Third time's the charm. What I was trying to say is it me or is this guy's eyes too close together? Like, I don't know. Let's look at this man's. Let's break down this man's face real quick. It's like I feel like he got a very long head.
Stand.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe because his mouth is open a little bit, but it's like he got a really long head, and it's like I feel like his eyes, like if we had a slider, right? I would slide his eyes out just a little bit. Like, I'd move his eye right here and this eye right here. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. And then this right here, we'd have to widen this a little bit. Yeah, they did. They drew his face long as heck. I've seen a video of him and his own mother kissing on the mouth like BF and GF.
And testifies about the freak offs that
we gonna go right in the video on that one. I ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? I need a reset. I need a reset. You know, I can't do this right now. That right there just killed me. We might, you know what, Ryan, we might have to end the stream off that one. You know what I'm saying? We might have to end the stream on that. He demands all the ladies paint his nails completely white like his moms do. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. This right here is too much. We're gonna have to do this all over again. I'm gonna have to reset the whole video. I'm gonna have to reset everything. Y'all can't just sit here and tell me, hey, this man right here, you can't just sit there and tell me his man right here kissed his mom on the mouth. No. That we ain't doing that. Y'all ain't telling me this man right here. Like, did something happen? I wonder if something I wonder if something they were doing a live stream or something. Not a coincidence. Cassie testified that many pictures of her nails matching and them having weird ass convos and her being able to touch her toes. Wait, what? Wait, what? Y'all lying. Oh, man. I can't. So you're saying So is this like a okay? Did he have like an? Is it like the Oedipus complex? Is that what they call it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he didn't take out his mom like that, but I mean, like, but you know what I'm talking about? I feel like that's like an old Greek mythology thing. Like, what? That is crazy, man.
Are at the center of the case against Combs. And
Yeah,
the
these freak
abuse
offs are
she
the
says
center.
she
On a
suffered
live
at-
stream, Diddy and his mom was talking about her stills being able to. Oh, she was talking about how she's still able to touch her toes. Like she's still flexible or something. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, okay.
his hands. I go through the most
I
disturbing.
keep resetting this
Cassie
thing.
Ventura, the star witness in the government's case
We haven't
against
even made
Sean
it.
Diddy Combs, takes the stand and testifies.
I just
about
let
the
me watch
freak-offs
it. Y'all
that are at
spoiling.
the center of the case against Combs.
The freak
and
offs
the
are at the
abuse
center.
She
Okay.
says she suffered at his hands. I go through the most disturbing moments from Cassie Ventura's testimony so far.
Hell no.
Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. I just wanted it to be over. That's what Cassie Ventura told the jury in Sean Combs' trial.
Right? And then Puff was bragging that him and his mom was going to the strip club together that night. The same interview he kissed her. Y'all are joking, right?
About the freak-offs. The freak-offs
Y'all,
were those sometimes
what
days-long
is
sex
this?
parties that Ventura would take part in with male sex workers.
Some people don't have
Ventura
boundaries,
said
I guess.
Sean Combs
Some
directed
people
the
just have bad
freak-offs,
boundaries.
and she and Combs would find these male sex workers
That's the only thing
to
I
take
can
part
think
in
of.
them using Craigslist. Ventura said Combs dictated
Craigslist.
everything: the use of baby oil, the sex acts that Ventura engaged in with the escorts, the drugs that were used, including Viagra, and the length of the freak-offs. The freak-offs took place in Combs' homes in several cities, in Ventura's homes, and in hotels.
Everybody's YouTube is cooked. Everybody's gonna be getting them Hims ads after this. Talking about damn using Viagra and all that shit, boy. My mom and I close, but my mother ain't going to no strip club with me. Absolutely not. Hell nah. Hell nah. I ain't not. There are these things called boundaries. There ain't no way. There ain't no way. Hell nah. I ain't going to no strip club with my mom. Hey, Diddy and them on some other like on some Hollywood shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't on that, brother. I'm on that old country town. We wholesome. We wholesome. We walk around and say hello to everybody. We nice to folk, but we you know what I'm saying? We ain't that nice, boy. Like boy.
Hotels across the globe. And
My
in some
goodness.
instances, these freak-offs became violent. And federal prosecutors say they have proof of that. It's this video from a
Violent?
hotel hallway in Los Angeles in March of 2016. It shows Combs chasing Cassie Ventura
That is
out of a
her.
hotel
Hold
suite.
on.
We've edited.
Hold on. I looked away for a second. That's crazy. Hold
and
on.
the length of the freak-offs. The freak-offs took place in Combs' homes in several cities, in Ventura's homes, and in hotels across the globe. And in some instances, these freak-offs became violent. And federal prosecutors say they have proof of that. It's this video from a hotel hallway in Los Angeles in March of 2016. It shows Combs chasing Cassie Ventura out of a hotel suite. We've edited parts of it. Ventura says Combs hit and kicked her and dragged her back to the room when she tried to leave a freak-off. Ventura described it this way on the stand. When I chose to leave, I grabbed what I could and I got out, and Sean followed me into the hallway before the elevators and grabbed me up, threw me on the ground, kicked me, tried to drag me back to the room.
Oh,
he took
my
my
goodness.
stuff. Yeah. Ventura told Combs in a text that she wanted to.
Is she pregnant here? But it's
to take part in the freak off because she had a movie premiere, but she also
this
didn't
is
want to mess
this
up
is
her
wild.
body. But she testified she told him she wanted to do the freak off so she
Oh
wouldn't
my.
sabotage her movie premiere, which was coming up. She then described in more detail what
This is probably the
happened.
last place she want to
Ventura
be.
said Combs hit her, so she decided to leave. And
Why is the trial now? Out of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, was it like the only time that they could get together?
escort named Jules was still in the hotel suite at the time. Ventura said, after he hit me, and I just
Because to me, I'd be like, well, wouldn't you want to have the trial like immediately? Because I feel like just her civil suit triggered this. I know that. But what I'm saying, like, out of like all the time, right? Like, how is it that the trial is coincidentally going on when she's like 8 months pregnant? That's what I'm saying. Like, I might as well, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, how did it line up? It sounds coincident. It's like it's a coincidence that they're like, hey, let's have the trial, but the trial is also going on when like Cassie is like right about to have her kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It feels coincidental as me. I mean, sometimes it happens, but it's like it's just coincidental that the person that, you know, you sure it was intentional? Hey, I don't know. But that's what I thought. Like, did he? I wonder if like, because if the whole thing is like this guy is like manipulative and abusive and controlling, like if that is the narrative that they're trying to paint, like it almost would make too much sense that it would be like he would be like, oh, when is she about to have her kid? And then be like, well, we should have the trial like right when she's about to have her kid, just to make the whole process hell. Because it's like, say they have court and then like she needs to be a witness when she's having, you know what I'm saying? Like they need to call her back. Then it would like mess with her because she like, you know, has a kid and this, that, and the other. And it would just like, you know what I'm saying? Just to be another way to just cause her stress for like no reason. And then, but it's like that's the only thing. Like if I were an evil person, you know what I'm saying, the defense tried to make her hide it. Huh. Well, I don't know. That's I mean, not to say that happened, but that's the only thing that I could think that would be like, you know, if he were that type of person, that would make almost too much sense that this is coincidentally lined up when she's trying to have a kid. You know what I'm saying? Pregnancy actually helps because defense counsel can't be as mean without it coming off bad. Huh. Yeah. True, I guess. All right, I'm going to keep on with this.
just saw the result of it. I knew I had to get out. So when he was distracted, I don't know exactly what he was doing. He was either in the shower or on the phone. I just grabbed my stuff and ran out as fast as I could. Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson then asked, and where were you headed when you ran out of the room? Ventura responded, I was
Elizabeth
headed home to my
Holmes?
apartment.
Ah.
Johnson asked, what happened next? Ventura responded, I made it to the
I didn't know
elevators. I
that.
got my sneakers on. And then the next thing I knew, I was just thrown to the ground. Ventura continued, yeah, it was really fast, thrown to the ground. Johnson asked, you said you got your sneakers on when you got to the elevator. Where were your sneakers before? Ventura responded, my sneakers, I think, were
Garner
in my
sympathy?
bag. I just
Hey, if only what was it? If only Amber Heard thought of that. Oh man. But yeah, I guess that would make sense to be able to get more people on your side, because it's like they can't really be mean to you, and then all right, I could see that. Plus, you don't want to give them as harsh of a sentence because they were you know what I'm saying? You don't want to have them in jail for their kid's life.
just ran out without any shoes. Johnson asked, why did you run out without any shoes? Ventura responded, faster. Johnson asked, you said you were thrown down in the elevator lobby. Who threw you down? Ventura responded, Sean. He grabbed me by the back of my neck and my hoodie and just threw me to the ground. This is another law and crime legal
That's
alert.
crazy.
If you received Depo-Provera birth control shots and were later diagnosed with a brain or spinal tumor called
I'm sorry, guys. I ain't listening to your ad. But y'all should listen to the ad.
Depo to see if, and she said there were times she suffered side effects from the drugs, and she admits she would often take them just to cope. Johnson asked,
Yeah, I mean, if you're being
how often would
abused,
you get sick from
then you
taking
probably would.
MDMA or ecstasy? Ventura responded, almost every time, like before the actual high hit, I would feel like vomiting. It was usually like a normal thing. Johnson asked, would you vomit or would you just feel nauseous? Ventura responded, I would actually vomit, yeah. Johnson asked, did Sean know about the effects that ecstasy and MDMA had on you? Ventura responded, yeah. Johnson asked how.
What?
Ventura responded, because he would see me in the bathroom or I would tell him so he would just know. Johnson asked, what, if anything, would Sean say when you got sick from MDMA or ecstasy? Ventura responded, he didn't say much, but if we were in the freak off, he would be encouraging me to get up and continue on with it in that condition. Those were not the only drugs Ventura.
He just walk it off. Hey, just walk it off. You'll be fine. Just throw up. Get back in here. We got a job to do. Is that what? I mean, what?
Ventura said
like
Combs
what?
would ask her or escorts to take. Johnson asked, were there any occasions where Sean offered the escorts drugs like Viagra? Ventura responded, yeah. Johnson asked, and who else besides escorts did Sean offer Viagra to? Ventura responded, he offered it to me before. Johnson asked, and what did he say about you taking Viagra? Ventura responded that it has the same effect on women, just sensitivity. Johnson asked, do you take the Viagra that he offered you? Ventura responded, I did. Johnson asked, and how did you feel? Ventura responded, sensitive and engorged. Johnson asked, did you want to take the Viagra? Ventura responded, no. I thought, no, I didn't. Johnson asked, when escorts were having trouble getting erect, what, if anything, did you observe affected their inability to get erect? Ventura said, like I said before, just the distraction of seeing Sean move around, maybe just hearing his voice. Ventura said the freak-offs were carefully choreographed, with Combs dictating how they unfolded. Johnson asked, how would you know when to make that move?
I am lost for words on this, man. Like I don't even know, man. I don't even know, man. I'm sitting here just like, what the hell is going on? What in the world? Like, all I could do is just sit here and just keep on listening to this stuff. But like, I want to know what. This is just the light stuff. I know we're 6 minutes in. This is 11 disturbing moments. We're 6 minutes in on a 24-minute and 21-second video. We're probably about a quarter of the way through. Or what is it? Yeah, just about. So, no, actually, no. Yeah, wait. No, I'm not. We're 4/6 of the way through. Maybe I can't do math. Either way, we're a good chunk of the way through. And actually, no, 6 times 4 is 24. So yeah, we're about 6 minutes in. So yeah, we're about a quarter of the way through. So we still have a good chunk to make it. And I'm still lost with this, like, just crazy. Like, I want to know what happened to what went on in Sean Diddy Combs' home life when he was a kid to make him the type of individual he is now. Like, what happened when he was a kid? What happened when he grew up? Like, what I need to know, like, what we need a whole, like, everything. He needs to just let us know. Like, That's all I'm
Ventura
saying.
responded, I would just do it and hope that it would be accepted timing wise, or he told. Johnson asked, who would tell you? Sean would tell me. When you would ask Sean if you could move from masturbation to touching, why would you ask him? Ventura said it was his fantasy. He was controlling the whole situation. He was directing it. He was doing the lighting. He was telling us where to be, what to say, how to act in the room. Johnson then asked, and you testified that you would sometimes move straight to oral sex. Why would you want to move to the next sex act? Ventura responded, I would just try to speed the process along. It was personally, if I get it done, then it's over. And then we move on to the next thing. I just wanted it to be over. While on the
Man.
stand, Cassie detailed the planning process that goes into a freak-off. Sean Combs entrusted her to reach out to the male sex workers. Johnson asked, when you were reaching out to an escort, what, if anything, would you say to the escort about what you were hiring that escort
This
to
is
do?
crazy.
Ventura responded, it depended on the situation, how they came in. But I would usually say that my husband is into something called voyeurism and he likes to watch me with another man. It was like a basic conversation that I had with most of the escorts. From there, I would get a feel if they were willing to do it or not. Later, Cassie started to piece together why she was instructed to ask certain questions in the screening process. Johnson asked, you just said that sometimes Sean asked you to ask if a person was a cop, right? Ventura responded, yeah. Johnson asked, and you said later, I learned about why. Ventura responded, yeah. Johnson asked, what did you learn? Answer from Ventura, I learned that this whole situation was not legal. One of the defense attorneys objected. The judge sustained the objection. The jury should disregard the witness's last answer. Now, there were times when Cassie Ventura said she would actually use a fake name when reaching out to these people. It was Jackie Starr, and Combs would use pseudonyms. They were Frank Black and Frank White. Johnson asked Ventura, in the beginning,
Frank White and Frank Black. I wonder when he would use each name. Like, I wonder what the scenario would be. You know what I'm saying? I just wonder. Crazy. So she didn't know any of this was legal. He's just over here like, are you even asking if these people are cops? She's like, no, I'm just chilling, just asking them. Oh man, I wonder what she was. Well, I mean, we kind of get an idea of what she was thinking whenever this is kind of going on, but I couldn't imagine being in like having any, like, you know what I'm saying, anyone being in this like me personally, I couldn't imagine being in this type of situation where it's like someone's got you this messed up, man. Like I feel bad, brother. Like damn, like this is wild. And I can't. She's just like, yeah, I just try to move it along, just so it would be done. Like I couldn't imagine being stuck with this dude in this situation, and they're like, yeah, like you don't really like, because I understand their argument is like, oh, she's an adult and this, that, and the other, and it's like there is an element to like, yeah, she is an adult, and like you should make your own decisions, but it's like I feel bad because it's like, yeah, she got wrapped up with this kind of person, but you have to think like, yeah, he's manipulative, but I feel bad because it's like no one. I feel like me personally, I wouldn't be around people who are like. I don't feel like I would be around somebody who's like ultra manipulative like this, even though it probably could be easy to get in a situation like that. But it's like it sucks because it's like I feel like no one in her like life like she didn't feel bad because like no one in her, she didn't have like anyone in her life to be able to like come in and stop that. Like she had to like rescue herself almost. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you have to wonder if like she had anyone in her past, like her childhood, to help instill like the firewalls in the brain of being like, hey, maybe you should be suspect of people's intentions. You know what I'm saying? Just because that's, I don't know, man. Because she got wrapped up in all this, and like where were her parents at? You know what I'm saying? Like, if he was her employer, he pressured her into doing these things when she was a teenager. Horrifying. She could not realize. Yeah. I understand that, but it's like, where I wonder, like, where were her parents at? Because she was like with him when she was like 18, 19. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying that she like. I understand that. I acknowledge and understand that he's 100% shouldn't have been doing it. I just feel bad because it's like she didn't have people in her life that could like she could like talk to unless he was able to completely like detach her from her complete like her support system. You know what I'm saying? Like I just think it's like that's crazy that she got in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it wasn't even it wasn't even her own fault. She's like wanting a job. You know what I'm saying? She want to make money singing, doing her thing, doing her dream, and then somebody's like, you know what? I got you. Your dream, nah. I'm gonna take that. Your dream is now mine. I'm gonna use you in my fantasy for the freak offs. And you're like, bro, chill.
Beginning, was Sean open at the freak-offs about his true identity? Ventura responded, he was not. Johnson asked, how, if at all, did he disguise his identity? Ventura responded, well, he started with the masquerade masks. Sometimes he would wear a hat or something covering his face. Johnson asked, were you open about your true identity? Ventura responded, I was not either. Johnson asked, and what, if anything, did you do to hide your identity? Ventura responded, the same thing as Ventura responded, Sean. Cassie Ventura disclosed how much money the escorts would typically make to the jury. Johnson asked, for the escorts who you interacted with, what were they paid thousands of dollars to do? Ventura said, to ejaculate, to finish. Johnson asked, is that after they finished having sex with you? Ventura responded, after having sex, after a long session. Johnson asked, and for all the dancers you interacted with at freak-offs, were those individuals paid as well? Ventura responded, yes. Johnson asked, how much were those dancers paid when they came to freak-offs? Ventura responded, anywhere between that range that I said before, $1,500 to $6,000 or $7,000.
What?
But if Sean Combs was not pleased with the performance, their pay reflected that. Johnson asked, okay, when escorts would ejaculate on you, who, if anyone, would tell them where to ejaculate? Ventura responded, Sean was usually right there directing it where it could be. Johnson asked, were there occasions when escorts ejaculated without having been told to do so?
Wait, what? Wait, what? What? Wait, he did what? He's doing what now? Y'all lying. Oh my gosh. He's doing what? He's like, wait, I cannot. What is this right here, brother? Hey, these are some freak offs for sure, man. Hey.
Ventura responded, yes. Johnson asked, what happened on those occasions? Ventura responded, they got paid less. Johnson asked, what, if anything, would Sean say about when escorts ejaculated without having been told to do so? Ventura responded, he was pretty open with the fact that he wasn't pleased by their performance, so yeah, he would take less money. Johnson asked, and when you would go into the other room and you said Sean asked you to put semen on him? Ventura responded, mm-hmm. Johnson then said, did you do that? Ventura said, I did. Johnson asked, where did you put it? Ventura responded, usually on his chest, on his nipples. Johnson asked, did you want to do that? Ventura responded, no. Then Ventura...
Wait. What? Hold the phone. What the heck? Diddy boy, what? What? Now, boy, what? Now, what? Now, boy, you telling him to tell you do what? Hold on now. Didn't she just say what I think she said? Hold on now. Let me run that shit the fuck back, boy.
Room, and you said Sean asked you to put semen on him?
She asked him to do what now? What? That is what? Y'all ain't tell me none of this. I know he asked her. That's what I'm reading right there. I'm reading it right. What is it? I'm reading it right there, boy. It said what? He said, "Hey, can you do this for me?" Where Ryan at? Where that boy Ryan at? Ryan's gone. He done gone somewhere. Now this right here is crazy, boy. Y'all ain't tell me this is gonna happen now. Y'all ain't say nothing about this. uh-uh. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm completely like hey.
Meld Studio, so let's check it out.
Yo, brother. Oh my gosh. So if Meld Studio sent me the enable multi-canvas. Bruh, this is crazy. I cannot believe this at all. Yeah, on his chest. They said put it on his chest and on his nipples. Like like that.
Whether you're streaming, recording, or clipping, you can now select which canvas to output for each recording or clipping. You can now select which canvas to output for shift and long clicking on the M icon. This is always set to cut by default, but if you want a label, you can disable multi-canvas going to a certain output.
Brother. All right, I'm getting back into this. I was trying to look at this meld studio thing, but we're still in the beginning stages.
Ventura responded, mm-hmm. Johnson then said, did you do that? Ventura said, I did. Johnson asked, where did you put it? Ventura responded, usually on his chest, on his nipples. Johnson asked, did you want to do that?
I'm lost for words, man.
No. Then Ventura testified about escorts sometimes having trouble performing sexually. Johnson asked, and what did Sean do when escorts were having trouble with erections? Ventura said, he would give them a pep talk. At the end, they definitely didn't get paid the normal amount. I know that. Johnson asks, how do you know that?
He gave him a pep talk. Go on, buddy. You got this. Go on and get in there and do what you got to do. You wonder what it's like to go from doing this shit, getting your rocks off, then 20 years later hearing it retold to you, the whole world. while you're in shackles. You know, he probably is not enjoying this all too much. You know what I'm saying? Like he probably enjoyed doing this when no one knew and he had like all the control and power. But the fact that now the whole world can kind of like see him doing this and like don't make him look too good and powerful like he was. We it'd probably mess up his day just a little bit. Just a little bit, I do say. I don't even know, man. That stuff is crazy. Like I don't even know where else we're going to go from here. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
Ventura responded, because he would tell me and he would tell them as well. It wasn't really a secret. Johnson asks, when you say he, who is he? Ventura responded, Sean. Now, we all heard about the obscene amount of baby oil found at Sean Combs' property during those
I heard
raids
about that
back
too.
in March of 2024. But now Cassie's testimony
puts
about that amount of baby oil into context. Johnson asked, you mentioned that the baby oil was used because you had to be glistening. Ventura responded, mm-hmm. Johnson asked, who told you that you needed to be glistening? Ventura responded, Sean, it was his preference. Johnson asked, how frequently would baby oil be applied to be glistening? Ventura responded, like every 5 minutes. It was a lot. Johnson asked, what, if any, comments would Sean make about needing to apply baby oil? Ventura responded, he would, if he felt like you were too dry, he would let you know.
What?
Johnson asked, what would he say? Ventura responded, he would say, you're too dry. You need to put more oil on, or you need to be glistening. You need to be, you need to be shining.
You need to be shining.
Due to the demand, it makes sense why Sean Combs had more than 1,000 bottles of Johnson & Johnson baby oil at his home. Johnson asked, approximately how many bottles of baby oil would be used in a typical freak-off? Ventura responded, a lot. I would say definitely somewhere close to 10. Johnson responded, what size were those bottles? Ventura responded, the larger size bottles. Johnson asked, were there freak-offs where you ran out of baby oil? The defense objected, Your Honor, at this point, it's getting a little cumulative. The judge responded, let's see if we can wrap this up and move on. Johnson followed up with the question, you also mentioned Astroglide. How was that used at the freak-offs?
They wanted to wrap up after they heard. Was there any time where you ran out of baby oil? I wonder how. I feel like everybody is just uncomfortable. Hearing this whole thing, everyone's just sitting there like, hey, like, can we just not talk about this anymore? We've been on baby oil for a really long time, and can we does it matter if we ran out? Like, it sounds like y'all use a lot. But they're like, no, but we really need to know. We need to know, how much baby oil did you guys actually use? This is the real question. How much baby oil did you use? Damn it! How much baby oil?
Another objection came from...
But they didn't ask if there was anything in the baby oil. That's the thing. They asked how much baby oil there was, but not what was in the baby oil.
The defense, irrelevant. Emily Johnson said, Your Honor, it's a supply. And the court then went to sidebar. At one point, Ventura described how Sean Combs set up an elaborate freak-off using a blow-up pool at a hotel in Beverly Hills. Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson asked Ventura, what concerns did you have about not getting into the pool with the baby oil? Ventura responded, that, among other things, just his temper. If that is something that he wanted, Sean wanted to happen, that's what was going to happen. There wasn't another way around it. Another way Combs exerted control over Cassie Ventura, according to her testimony, there was a period early on in our relationship where he wanted me to have a nickname for him, and I didn't want to call him anything that anyone else had called him. So he asked me what I called my grandfather, and I said, Pop Pop. Emily Johnson asked, how did you feel about calling Sean the same name you called?
He said, "You know what? Call me your granddaddy. What do you call your granddaddy? And now I'm your granddaddy now. Yes, sir." Oh, oh my gosh. This is tragic. This is horrible. She called this nigga Pop Pop. What if he made after I know her hey, baby oil. I feel like you shouldn't use baby oil for this stuff. I just feel like I just don't I feel like it's for babies. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't it's just a whole new world. You know, I feel like the blow up pool, you know what I'm saying? The blow up pool, water based only, most definitely. Water, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. All I do know is the uh the blow up pool full of baby oil. That's crazy work. One. Two, what else is there? We got there's a whole bunch of stuff. All I'm saying is right now, the what is it? The let me call you Pop Pop, like calling them Pop Pop. Like hell nah. Like what in the world is that right there? You know what I'm saying? Like what is that? That is beyond me. You know what I'm saying? That is beyond me, brother. Like what?
Called your grandfather. Ventura responded, I thought it was weird at the time, and now I just feel like it was
It's
disrespectful.
extremely
Federal prosecutors
disrespectful.
also brought in
Most
photos
definitely
from Cassie
disrespectful.
Ventura's electronic
He
devices
said,
that
"I'm your
showed
granddad. I ain't your
bruises
daddy.
that
I'm your
she said she
granddaddy."
suffered at the hands of Sean Combs. In one photo taken in Toronto, she claimed that she had to cover her eye with her hair because of a bruise. She also described for the jury having a freak off in New York and taking the drug GHB and blacking out, going into what she called a G hole. She said she came to and was naked in a bathtub, and Combs and a man named Dave were freaking out. Ventura also described a time on a flight where she traded her seat to get away from Combs, but he found his way to her and showed her videos of the freak-offs, threatening to release them if he left her. I want to bring in Rich
What the
Schoenstein. He is a trial
heck?
attorney, and he has been following the Sean Combs trial very closely. How do you think that Cassie Ventura's testimony is coming across so far, Rich? We only have transcripts, but what she is describing is a relationship in which she was in love with a man who was then trying to get her or forcing her, coercing her, and that's part of the statute, to take part in these freak offs. And this entailed physical and verbal emotional abuse when it didn't go the way he wanted it to.
Right.
Yeah, it's
So,
just crazy,
we
man.
only have the reports from the scene, which have been very helpful in kind of following this trial. Multiple people.
Clean that up. Nightmare. Weird. Damn near killed her. She's little. I can't imagine taking. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, cleaning up the pool, that would be hell. But that's why you hire cleaners, and that's their problem. That's their problem. But yeah, that's probably what they thought happened. They probably thought they killed her. They were probably prepared for like everything else, but not, you know what I'm saying, not that. Well, maybe, but not readily. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Like that sounds
Who
wild.
are in that courtroom reporting as it goes. And it sounds like she's doing a pretty good job testifying. The reports are that she's well spoken, soft spoken, that she didn't look at Combs directly when she came into the court. So she's a little bit low key, which I think is the right look for this. And the prosecution is using her expansively, not only as a witness about the abuse she suffered, allegedly, but about the nature of his alleged criminal enterprise and the people under his command and all sorts of other things. So she's covering an awful lot of ground. It's hard to know exactly how that's hitting the jurors.
Most definitely.
One of the quotes from her was, when you really care about somebody and you're in love with them, you don't want to disappoint them. And she was talking about, participating in these freak offs. And so she's wiping away tears as she says this, according to the reports coming out of the courtroom and according to the transcripts. So she's describing, there's a dynamic here between her and Combs. There's an age difference. There's a power difference. Obviously, he's one of the most powerful people in the entertainment industry. She says she's in love with him. She gets roped into these freak offs. We saw the video. The video plays for the hotel video with the beating, plays for the jury.
Yeah, this
That's
is
got to
tough.
be pretty powerful stuff for a jury to see that video and then listening to Cassie talk about this.
Yeah, the video is really shock and awe, and I understand the prosecution wanting to get that video out there at the outset of this trial. That shows genuine physical abuse.
He
There's really
still look ugly as hell in that picture, man. He look ugly as hell, bro. Oh my gosh. Look at his face, man. Look at him just he look
no way
ugly.
around that. The rest of the story is more complicated. They're in a long-term relationship. She says she loves him. It sounds like maybe he loves her. There's some
Am I back? Excuse me. Am I back? You said hi? Yeah. You said hi? Yeah. Yo, what up, G? Yeah, my stream like closed for a second. I was like, "Whoa, what happened there?" And now we're back. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. All I know is I didn't like it. But my stream, we're back. I guess we're back. I think my stream canceled and then we're back. All right, let's keep getting in here.
behavior that seems like it might be
All right, let's keep
consensual,
getting
but
in
you
here.
know, Anjanette, it is 2025, so we understand now that
Is
things
everything
like
moving?
power are important in a
There we go.
relationship, and that there can be abuse in a relationship, even if there is love, even if there is some consent, you can still find that there is abuse. This is at its core a basic domestic abuse case, and that's what the jury has to parse here.
Right. Is this domestic violence?
Yeah.
Even though maybe some of this was consensual at times, obviously there's domestic violence here, but is it sex trafficking? And that's the federal crime that he is charged with. She says, I just felt pretty horrible about myself. I felt disgusting. I felt humiliated. She said his eyes would go black. The version of him I was in love with was no longer there. But when does it cross the line into coercion and sex trafficking? And I guess they're going to talk about going across state lines, taking her across state lines. They would both find these
Yeah,
sex
they
workers
were.
together on Craigslist and things like that. So when does it turn into sex trafficking?
Well, I think it turns into sex trafficking when you're bringing in prostitutes across state lines and paying them for their services. That
Oop.
is sex
Well,
trafficking. Or if you're bringing her to another place for her to have sexual acts with other people, that in theory is sex trafficking. But that's a really good point. This, there's clearly
especially if it has
domestic
money
abuse
involved, right?
here, but it has to go up another level to be sex trafficking. And then it's got to go up another level to be racketeering. That's where the government's case becomes more complicated and more difficult.
There's another quote. If I just looked a certain way that he didn't like, maybe I was a brat or something, like he would just let me know I needed to fix my face or watch my mouth. Those were the things that were said in the relationship quite often. Fix your face, watch your mouth, or you have a slick mouth. I mean, these are all
Wait, what?
hallmarks of domestic violence. And maybe that is part of what the government is going to argue, that yes, there was domestic violence quite clearly, but this is part of the coercive portion of the sex trafficking.
Right. It's not domestic violence. He had a bad night and he beat her in a hotel. Right? Nobody should be judged perhaps by their worst night. But this is a pattern of activity. This is
Yeah.
fundamentally control of another human being and control over all aspects of her life, her career, her dress, her makeup, who she could talk to and when, what she could do, where she would go, who she had sex with, what kind of sex she had. This is what they're trying to show here is just pervasive control over her life by Sean Combs, and frankly, pervasive control by him over all aspects of his business and personal life.
She talked about let's go back to the video from the hallway of the hotel. She said, when I chose to leave, I grabbed what I could and I got out. And Sean followed me into the hallway before the elevators and grabbed me up, threw me on the ground, kicked me, tried to drag me back to the room. He took my stuff. They're basically saying, I mean, in that video, when you watch the whole thing, and we've censored part of it, he's treating her
Thank
like
you,
he's
because that's going to
property,
help out with us
dragging her back
watching
to the
it.
room. I mean, it's a pretty shocking thing. Does the video alone show, prove part of the sex trafficking charge, or does it show domestic violence? That's going to be that's the question the jury is going to have to answer.
Yeah, to me, the video alone shows domestic violence. The video alone does not show trafficking. It does not show racketeering. The video alone is him beating his longtime girlfriend, which is horrible, which I assume the jury will react to. But it doesn't prove every element of every count of these claims.
Yeah, they're going to have to.
It would be interesting to, look at that jury. You and I are not in there looking at this jury, but this has to be powerful.
Yeah,
to
man.
hear from Cassie Ventura. And what do you think of the government calling her so early on, Rich? I mean, day 2 and day 3 of the trial, they're calling who is basically their star witness in this case. Did you think that was unusual?
All right, let's keep getting
But
here.
Antoinette, it is too.
My thing is, yeah, it doesn't prove everything with a shadow of a doubt, but it does. I feel like it does help lay a good foundation, which they could poke, could make a lot of points. Because if it's like, they have a point on the graph, like a graph to go up, or it could go down. Right now, if they can keep getting more points to push them up, the defense is going to have, they're going to have to deflect a lot of these claims and be like, but this is crazy. This is a crazy situation here.
They called her so early.
Like, yo, buddy. You did a lot of crazy things, man. I bet you never thought any day in your life that you would be here. You know what I'm saying? I bet he thought He's gonna get to live his nice, cozy life his entire life, and then boom. That random encounter came up in the game. It said, "Boop." Random quest. You're gonna have to go through your remember that person? Remember that decision you made a few character arcs ago? And you thought, ah, ain't nothing gonna happen to me. I'm gonna get away from this. I'm good. You thought you were getting out scot free, you know what I'm saying? You chilling. But little did you know that story quest you thought you passed up or you thought was good to go. Well, the people from back the people from that arc, they didn't forget you, man. They coming back and look at you. You chose the wrong ending, boss. You chose the wrong ending. You said you was gonna play your game the way you wanted to, and look at you.
On.
No, I didn't think it was unusual. I thought it was a perfectly reasonable strategy move. You know, these cases, you want to open strong. You want to come out of the gate if you're the prosecution with some really strong evidence, and you also want to close strong. We always talk about primacy and recency. We beat that to death in these conversations, but that's what you want to do. There's truth to it. So they wanted to come out strong. And not only is she the best evidence of abuse, but she also, again, she covers such a broad array of topics that are at issue in this case because she was with him for 10 years. She knows about the way he treated her, but she also knows about his life and his business and the alleged criminal enterprise. So you have a witness like
They got
that.
him.
And by the way, she's 8 months pregnant, so we got to get her on the stand soon, right?
Yeah.
And also, if I'm the government, I sort of want to get these victims, I want to get their testimony in before any odd changes. So I would be in a little bit of a rush to do that. And she's pregnant, and she covers a lot of ground, and it's a good start to the case. Makes total sense to me.
Well, we will keep a close eye on it. It's powerful testimony for sure. Rich Schoenstein, thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. I didn't expect these were most definitely some disturbing moments in the trial testimony right now. You know, I didn't expect any of this. I am for the most part lost for words. Like this shit is crazy, man. Like I knew that Diddy, they got Diddy. They said that man was weird, but like I didn't know he was wilding like this, brother. Like damn. Like what? I really like. I wonder after this is all done, and you know Netflix decides they're gonna make a documentary on the real Diddy. We're gonna probably get a little bit more insight on his childhood because you know he's gonna want to like talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not gonna be having any money, and that's not gonna be coming in. You know, especially they lock him up. You know what I'm saying? They keep him in there. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have a document. Well, either way. You know what I'm saying? Either way, they're probably gonna try to get him in here and get him with a documentary. I didn't record the last part of that. I forgot. It's okay. Because I remember my mailed crash. I didn't record the last part of that. But I probably can grab it off of I probably can download it from Rumble or I could probably get it from my Twitch. We can probably edit that. But this whole thing that yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I was watching the first one and I remember when I was a kid, like Cat Williams was talking about like he kind of alluded to some of the stuff and he was like, oh yeah, that wouldn't be me. Like I ain't going to do that none of that weird stuff. And I was like, ha ha ha, like I wonder what he's talking about. Hollywood sure sounds like it's crazy. I wouldn't want to go there. You know what I'm saying? And then I remember when he was on the podcast and they were all like, He's all like, "Yeah, man, that yeah, you don't want to go to a Diddy party, bro. Like that's just weird, man. Like they be doing stuff to you." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean? He's they're doing stuff, man. Like don't tell me they're doing." Oh, hold on. Lock. Boom. There we go. I was trying to make my camera on my desktop side bigger, but yeah, I was not expecting any of that stuff, man. This whole thing was crazy. Like really. I didn't know like I just don't know what to say, man. My mind is like destroyed. I never thought this would be the day we saw all this. Like what? Like she's like, did he tell you to put the stuff in your chest? And you're like, yes, I did. I was like, what? This is crazy. I'm sorry, I'm a mess. I'm completely lost. I'm like I didn't expect any of this. That took me from like I thought I was gonna watch like a couple episodes. I've been streaming for like 7, 8, 9, 10, 3 hours, good 3 hours, and didn't expect none of this, man. Y'all didn't tell me none of it. You said you said all right. This game is acting up. All right, we're deleting this layer. Yeah, this app has a little bit to it needs a little work. Accidentally cropped myself out. Boom, there we go. I like this little circle more. Boom, there we go. We're playing some Baldur's Gate 3. I can add effect to me right now. I lost a lot of my effects moving over here. We'll figure it out though.
2025, so 2025.
I wonder if I should start a new stream for the YouTube. I might do that. Yeah, I don't think it did what I wanted it to do. You're in the rumble. Sorry, I keep playing with y'all. I was trying to switch. I wonder if I should start a new stream for the YouTube. I might do that. You're in the rumble. Sorry, I keep playing with y'all. I was trying to switch. I wonder if I should start a new stream for the YouTube. I might do that. Oh, we got the streamception. Yeah, no, it doesn't let me create anything new. I think I have to like completely go offline with it on Meld and then go back online. I think it's the only thing I can really do to get like a new post or a new stream. Otherwise, I might just keep this one live. You know what I'm saying? I'm a circle now. Yeah, I'm a circle now. Can you see the game all right? We're back. We're going to play maybe an hour and some change of Baldur's Gate 3. Last episode, we spent our time taking out the rest of the Gith. Githyanki. I think we pretty much wrapped up all we could do here in Act 1. So I think we're going to try to go to the next zone. Right, that's where we're at.
The Thunder, Trampler of the Undead.
Okay. Gonna lurk. All right, bet. I'm gonna. All right, I think we need to go back. Let's go to Grimforge. Yes. Oh, I guess they're making us sleep first. I guess that works. We're too far. What is going on here?
Supreme Kithrak, has Vlakith sent you to slay me with your own blade?
I've not come to kill you, Lae'zel. I've come to aid you.
Okay.
Don't trust him.
All right.
Skakek Kia Gith Shabeleth. My blade rests. Mother Gith compels you to listen.
I want to see what Lae'zel has to say.
Speak. My ear is yours.
I know you carry the astral prism, Lae'zel.
Oh?
Within it lies the seed of Vlakith's demise, and I intend to help you bring it to fruition.
Okay.
Vlakith's demise. Skaketh. I should run you through for suggesting it.
You should either be a fool or a hero to work against your own queen.
A fool stumbles without cause. A hero serves a cause without question.
Okay.
I am neither. Clear of heart, clear of mind, and bound by no master. Now, you must listen.
All right, what you got to say?
The Prism's tenant can put an end to Vlakith's tyranny. They must be let loose. I've sought their freedom for eons. When the Prism went missing,
how old is
I
this
feared
guy?
the worst. Instead, you've granted the opportunity I've so long awaited. All that remains is the key that unchains them. And I've found someone who I believe can provide it. Bring the Prism to Baldur's Gate. I'll be waiting in a taproom called Shares's Caress. That is where we decide the fate of my people.
Okay.
Lae'zel, together we will break our chains and be Vlakith's slaves no longer.
I am no slave, just still Kithrak. The Undying Queen is my freedom. It is she who will purify me, and she who will ascend me.
Lies, Lae'zel, every last one. There is no
Yeah, that don't sound
purification,
right.
no ascension. The Zaith Isk does not purify, it extracts memory and kills the infected. Nor does the Lich Queen glorify the ascended. She feeds on most all of them to grow her power and pursue
Wait,
godhood.
what? That's crazy.
Madness.
Well, it
You
seems that
flood
way.
me with this heresy. I will hear no more of it.
Well, he does speak truth. He didn't lie. 'Cause that shit, I blew up in it.
I served Vlakith the whole of my life. Learned her words, fought her battles. Yet she names me her Sharlak. Your words carry truth. I will meet you in Baldur's Gate. Do not make me regret it.
Yeah, we won't regret this, buddy. It's been a heck of a night, though.
Lae'zel, I see Talakma Gear in you, sister in freedom. Together, we will be our people's light.
I wonder if he knows we took everybody out at the
Take
camp.
this. It is a Quanith, a psionic detector. The Queen's warriors hunt you. The Quanith will sound you out when you come near their portals. Hear its cry and prepare for battle, or slip away.
Oh, we're going to battle all day.
I should go. Vlakith's gaze pierces the seas and skies. She believes me loyal, and I can't afford her mistrust. Keep the astral prism close. Let no one take it from you. Slay any who try. Now to Baldur's Gate. I'll be waiting, Lae'zel.
Oh, dang, they got the Doctor Strange portals. They said, psh. I wonder if they share that idea. A psionic detector. I have so much stuff in my inventory. All right, dope. I'm trying to figure out who I can give these items to. We'll deal with it for now. I don't think anybody wants to talk, do they? Lae'zel wants to talk. Of course she does.
Vlakith Kasivim Hrath Crashet. Only
What?
in Vlakith may we find light. These were the first words I ever read on Tirsu slate, but they are no mere aphorism. They are law. They are creed, the root from which the 10,000 protocols stem. Forsake one protocol, and forsake Vlakith. Forsake Vlakith, and be the blood and meat which sates her dragons.
All right,
If
all
Voss
right.
speaks true, if ascension is a lie, if tadpole purification is a fairy tale, then I have not sinned against Vlakith.
Yeah, that shit blew me
She
up
has sinned
with my
against
brain.
me.
Almost. What is it? What does it entail?
Ascension is a young Githyanki's greatest honor.
I guess you get
Long
ascended in
ago,
her power.
the Geich enslaved my people. They dominated our minds and bred us for war, until Great Mother Gith took a hammer to our bonds. From the day of our hatching, young Gith have one purpose: to train hard enough to slay a Geich and take its head. Then, we speak the rite of ascension, and a red dragon comes to fly us to Vlakith in Tunarath, city of death.
Is that
We
really
are
what
honored with an
happens?
eternal home in the astral, celebrated for our victory.
Yeah, I don't know
We
about
are
that.
ascended, or so I believed.
So Voss called Vlakith the Tyrant. What does this mean to you?
I'd never thought Vlakith a tyrant, or me as a vassal. She was the source of my might, and I the envoy of her will.
If you say so.
A warrior, a champion, a destroyer. But if Voss is right, and Vlakith consumes the Ascended to gain power, then I am no destroyer. I am mere livestock, bred to be harvested and devoured. Every Githyanki is a slave with a singular purpose. Not to cull the Geich, not to prevent their grand design, but to raise Vlakith to true godhood.
That's what it sounds like.
I don't know. I can't know. And that drives me mad. At first, I thought them an illithid deception, a trick of the tadpole.
Nah, they
But
real.
the dream
They
figure
real.
is real. It lives in the prism. Voss believes they are the seed of Vlakith's demise and the agent of Githyanki freedom. And I believe he may be right. Then, when the Kithraki come for me, and come they will, I will submit to their blades. They would feed me to their dragons, and I would deserve no better.
Well, dang.
Yes, I'd like time to think. We'll meet Kithrak Voss at Chares's Caress in Baldur's Gate. Until then, be vigilant. Vlakith's eyes are upon us.
Can she see us for real? I hope not. That'd be a little weird. I want to be invisible. All right, let's go to bed. Is anything else weird going to happen? Because I guess we did try to sleep and then they woke us up. Right? Yo, Scratchy. What do you got, buddy? Okay, we got a potion of flying. What up, Scratch?
The dog is unable to speak through the small bag he holds in his
What do you
mouth.
got there, Scratch?
I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. All I know is I thought of you when I saw it.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Pet him. Yay, we pet the dog. All right, let's get out of here. We got new shoes, mesh toe sandals. All right, let's get the heck out of Dodge. Oh yeah, I'm going to the Underdark now. That's why it took me so long to get over here. I forget the spiders were gone. We convinced them to go revolt. They're like, why you need to be here? You need to leave. All right, I think I got everything down here. Yeah, this is up. Yeah, I don't have any other quests other than I think I'm supposed to come here. Yes. Did we level up or something? Oh, I know what I need to do. Did they like make us go back to sleep or something? It's a lot of loading screens. Okay. All right, since I'm here, let me go ahead and summon Shadow Blade. And then now let me make sure that I bind the hex weapon. See, let me see this buddy here. Yeah, you need to go ahead and bind your hex weapon.
No one's stopped me yet.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and save here before anything bad happens.
We offer our prayers to the Dark Lady, whose comfort and grace heals all. We offer our pain to the Lady of Loss, that she may truly know her faithful.
What
Okay.
Easy.
Thank you, Asterion. I like turning the lights on because it kind of lets me know that I've already been someplace. I'm going to start doing that a little bit more. Okay, I hope I don't have to fight anything. I mean, if I do, I mean, it's not like I'm too scary. I got the most health on the team. Weary Traveler. Absolutist Expedition Key. Me too. That'd be really clutch right about now. Bag of holding. We'll be able to do whatever we want. Hey, an old architectural collection. Hey. I don't think I need that granite pew. Oh, I gotta sit on it. Ain't nothing new.
Swift as my feet can carry.
Brazier. Okay, that makes it lighter in here. What up, old man?
Who there? May I inquire if perchance you retain among your traveling companions a man who adheres to the given name of Gale?
Yes, he's resting in the camp.
Ever a man of leisure. Would it pain you greatly to assist me along the little voyage I intend to undertake to this aforementioned camp?
Be my sure. Who am I seeing?
Should it be
again?
the nature of our acquaintance that interests you? Well, you may safely classify Gale and I as friends. Should it be the nature of your present interlocutor that you desire to dragged from the darkened unknown, I shall be glad to aid in your quest for illumination and identify myself as Elminster Ormar. Now, if this answer satisfies you, let us linger no longer in this limbo of indecision, but set course for your camp forthwith.
All right, let's go. Let's go to Gale then.
A splendid notion. Please, after you.
They just took me in.
My thanks for your excellent guidance.
Your excellent guidance.
And yonder I spy the object of my pursuit.
Elminster?
The very same, Gale. And a fair bit miffed he is, too, finding himself forced to expose his best pair of boots to so many miles of country road on your behalf.
I don't understand. How so on my behalf?
I was bid to spare neither time nor my own self to find you. She sent me, Gale. You know of whom I speak.
But why? Out with it, Elminster. Please.
Young man, has your sojourn away from Baldurs washed away your decorum as well as your patience?
Of course not.
Nigh a 10-day I've gone without honest fare, worthy of the name. Drank naught but what the sky entitled my thirst. Why, some bread, cheese, and a cup of wine would appear unto me a feast. Surely you would begrudge me a mite of rest and repast before I get out with it.
This guy's so dramatic. Oh yeah, Gale, where's your decorum, bro? Where's your decorum, Gale?
Fine. I'll turn a deaf ear to the clarion calls with which my scorned stomach beseeches me. Graver matters are at hand.
Where's your decorum?
Plenty to digest, after all. A good deal to stew over, if you will. Words ladled with import should be savored so as to better absorb their meaning. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, of course, buddy.
Elminster.
Right. You see, that is to say...
What's going on?
Gale, my boy, I've come to address a most pressing matter. I'll speak as plainly as I can, forswearing the accustomed frills that decorate my speech. I'm here on behalf of Mistra.
Okay.
The message and the charge I bring you are hers.
You were sent here as an actual divine messenger?
Oh, Mistra's delicate feet are ill-suited for the hardships of the road.
You know where you went wrong, Gale. No, we needn't dwell on that here and now. But even so, you're to be given a chance of redemption.
Mistra would consider forgiveness.
She would consider what she considers to be forgiveness. Mistra is aware of the misadventures that have befallen you both. She knows of your strife with the Absolute, that most insidious of evils.
So if the goddess herself is aware, I wouldn't say no to some divine intervention. If the gods know, why are we facing these threats alone? You wouldn't happen to know Akir, would you? Some all-powerful parasite withering spell, perhaps? Why are we facing these threats alone?
They choose the instruments of their will with great precision.
All right.
Sometimes the single drops we think we are do not realize what waves we are building up to be.
Okay.
Do not discount yourself. And by the same token, do not discount your enemy. You must know that the Absolute is more dangerous than you can possibly conceive.
If you say
It
so.
threatens all who live, even those who are undying. It threatens the gods, the weave.
Is it really that bad?
The very fabric of the universe itself. That is why I have come here to charge you, Gale, with its destruction. It is Mystra's belief that only you can.
Gale alone? Mystra is mistaken. I'll be the Absolute's destroyer.
I doubt not your conviction, but Gale has an unnatural advantage.
What do you mean?
The all.
Precisely. Mystra has granted me the power to stop the clock, as it were, on the orb's rush to overpower you. Instead, you will be able to unleash its lethal combustion at will.
Interesting. This could be help or hindrance. We shall have to see.
Okay.
You must find the heart of the Absolute, whatever that may be, and use yourself as the catalyst that will burn it from this world.
That will burn it from this world. Say what you will, but you can't force Gale to go through with this.
No, indeed. But I think she trusts me too.
It brings me no pleasure saying this, my friend, but such is Mystra's will. Yours must be the sacrifice that will undo the Absolute. And for your sacrifice, you will be redeemed. Such is Mystra's promise. With that, I've said my sorry piece, and need only bestow unto thee the charm I was bid.
Well, thank you, Elminster. The thing is, I thought I needed to get a whole bunch of items for him.
Have been committed into your care. To you, I commit into care Gale himself. I count on you to shepherd him well on this strangest of journeys.
We'll probably find another way.
Or some other fortune altogether.
Like moons make swell and wane the nescient seas, so too the sky-strewn gods ordain the tidal fates of mortal days. And yet, an ocean born in lonely hours, come ebb, come flow, come all that is beyond the
Bro,
breadth
what are
of
you
our
yapping
dominion.
about?
Be a moon unto yourself. Even the waves of fate can break upon the shores of will.
All right, thank you, brother.
Farewell, my friend.
See you later, man. You better give us some
Farewell,
money.
Elminster. I'm glad she chose you.
All right. Who we gotta talk to? Dang, we gotta talk to both Gale and old Will.
An audience with Elminster is never less than memorable. I'd have hoped to introduce you to him in less dire circumstances. But those are hard to come by these days.
It is true. I always imagined him to be more imposing.
The doddering act is merely an illusion, one he's most adept at maintaining. Elminster is the most formidable wizard in the realms. Perhaps in existence.
That's pretty cool.
For Mystra to have sent him. The severity of her bidding could not be clearer, or weigh more heavily on me. Time seems so infinite when you're young. A month is an age. A year is a lifetime. It is a strange feeling to realize how little of it one might have left.
You considering what he said?
Of course. He offered the clearest solution to our problem. All I have to do is find the right place and time, close my eyes, and let go. Then the slate will be clean. Wrongs will be righted, the absolute will be gone, and I along with it.
So you on a mission now?
Possibly the most spectacular one ever conceived. But essentially, yes.
You're a man
I'm
on a
living
mission.
borrowed time.
All right.
In more
You're a
ways
man
than
on a
one.
mission.
Perhaps this is how it must be. That remains
Is
ahead
it
of
really,
us for
though?
now. The heart of the absolute must be discovered before I can stop its beating.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, bro, you're not gonna blow this shit up.
Let's save such certainty for the moment such a decision is upon us. You may feel differently once we know what we're truly up against.
Whatever, bro. I'm trying to become the all-powerful. I'm trying to be the most powerful entity by the end of the game.
There's something I need to say. Something important. Can you spare a moment?
Sure. What's in your mind, brother?
First a parasite prods at our heads, then the shadows close in. More than ever, we need each other's trust. And I fear I've been less than honest.
Okay. What's in your mind, dude?
The man I call my father. More precisely, Grand Duke Ravengard of Baldur's Gate.
Grand Duke Ravengard, one of Baldur's Gate's most influential and beloved figures. Every Baldurian knows his name.
What?
I should have said sooner.
You're
but our
a
relation
noble?
was no matter of pride. Not least for him.
Four.
You heard right. My father and I were close once upon a time, until he disowned me and cast me out of Baldur's Gate.
Why did he disown you?
I can't tell you more. The pact forbids it. My lips are quite literally sealed.
Okay.
The inevitable consequence of inseparable events.
All right.
You still deserve to know. There is more to me than infernal power and pacts. My story is one of two men. The Blade of Frontiers, a man hunting the fiends who prey on the weak and claw at the coast. And Will Ravengard, a memory of a memory. A man who belongs to the past.
All right.
I wanted you to know the Blade, not the shadow he left behind.
What's it like being the son of the Grand
Not
Duke?
so enchanting as you'd think. The Portiers, the Caldwells, they were the blue bloods hosting the fancy balls and drinking from gold goblets. Father's the son of a blacksmith, born with barely a coin in the coffers. He made a name for himself among the Flaming Fist. Brave as Balduran, stubborn as a deep Rothay, daring, outspoken, but hardly posh.
That's pretty cool.
I spent more time dueling with father than I did rubbing elbows with lords. Not to say I didn't develop a taste for good wine and a talent for courtly dance.
And now you're the Blade of Frontiers. Quite a change, don't you think?
Yes and no. Father taught me the 4 pillars of power. Courage, insight, strategy, justice. He reckoned I'd follow in his footsteps. First as a fist marshal, then as a duke. Vanquish evil, maintain order, save the world.
Why didn't
But
you
a
do
duke
that?
makes bedfellows with more monsters than he slays. Father called it diplomacy. I called it hypocrisy. In the frontiers, there is no posturing, no diplomacy. I slay monsters. I
Makes
don't
sense.
consort with them. Even if I might look like one.
You said it, not me, brother. Let's see what he says on this one.
Anger. I understand. We've been preyed on by Illithids, suffered insertion of a mind-bending worm. Bloodthirst is another matter. But perhaps not too big of one, if it's a devil or demon's flesh you're wanting to tear.
Alright, let's get out of here. I've been very select with who I want to interact with. Oh, no. We don't want to end the day. Let's leave camp. Yeah, we just need to leave camp. Is there anything that we are missing up here? Okay, let's go in this room here. Oh, broken moon lantern.
Broken moon lantern catches your eye. Its glow now snuffed out.
Huh. Adept of the Absolute. Special task, clear the entrance. Block by veins and rubbles. Okay. Give that to old Shadow Heart. Okay, so the Shadow of the Curse lands. I'm guessing this is where we need to go. Oh man.
Those shadows. There's power coursing through them. Oddly familiar. Better stay on alert.
I've never seen darkness like this before. It's unsettling.
This is the way to Moonrise Towers. We've no choice but to push forward.
This is crazy.
Living without sunlight isn't so bad, Astarion. Where I came from, we would often work exclusively
Shadow Curse is a powerful
under
threat that
cover of
lurks and devours in the darkness. Surround yourself at light.
Yes, but you chose darkness. I was cast into it. The sun was banished from my life. Forbidden. And we all lust after the forbidden.
Darkness, desolation, the dark ladies, and at work
Shadow Curse without a light source should be taking it. Oh, do I need a? Wait, hold on. Do I need? I guess I need a torch. Is that what it? I feel like that's what it kept hinting at. Well, I guess none of us have a torch. That's wild. We don't have a torch. And I'm like, I don't need this.
What's next?
Mind never quiet.
My thing is, if we need torches, we're definitely going back in here to grab them.
There is work to do.
Must lug my guts through this hell. Wretched thing. Pull yourself together.
All right, guys, let's get together. Let's see if this works. So I think we just need one person with the light source, right? Okay, my weapon is hexed.
You are debating allowing another into your heart.
Quite the gossip, aren't you? I thought you cared.
A formidable woman like yourself does herself no favors in revealing herself to be so erratic, so uncertain.
Can I like break it or something?
I can feel the shadow's power here, but they don't seem to be harming me.
Yeah, I have no idea what is going on here. All right. Let's see.
The shadow curse. It doesn't seem to affect me like it does others. Not as badly, at least.
Huh, I wonder
Do you
why.
know what this means? I must be blessed. Lady Shah is protecting me where others are left to face her wrath.
I guess so.
She loves me. She must do.
What about me, baby?
You're resourceful. You'll find a way. Don't give me that look. It's a good thing that I'm resistant to the shadows. This way I can help you.
Oh, you can help me. Okay.
Lady Shah wouldn't bless me like this for no reason. There must be something she wants of me. Those signs we found about Dark Justiciars. Perhaps they were no coincidence.
Right.
In either case, I need to watch for any place dedicated to Lady Shah. A temple, perhaps.
Okay.
That will fit in my pack.
Black Oleander. Vitriol of Oleander.
Let's have a look.
Okay. A druid's journal. Okay, what y'all put in here? Made good progress through the mountains. Seen the curse for the first time. Okay, so y'all probably got
something to do with the shadow curse. I truly hope this blight isn't spreading.
Let's see. Can you understand?
Notes on the shadow curse. Perhaps some feared it would spread.
The idea of this darkness spreading is not comforting.
Lazel, you read it. Maybe you understand.
This shadow curse is deadly. I hope it's been contained.
Y'all fail.
What's that?
A good old digging spot for us. Money, 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 money. Money. Okay, let's check this burlap sack real quick. Nothing. Actually, I didn't check this Skeletor right here. Oh, I just had a dagger. I mean, I guess it would be good if we needed to like throw stuff, right? Yeah, it would be alright. It's crazy right there. I wonder if you could like break this bridge by accident.
Don't waste a step.
Eyes open. Watch the shadows.
Yo, I'm watching the shadows, brother.
The animal never had a chance. The curse consumes everything it touches.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. The shadow sack root. We can make stuff out of that. We can make stuff out of that. Yeah, we can make stuff out of that. Okay, let's keep my stuff. I guess I gotta walk down this way. Oh, maybe talk to these people.
Stay together. Keep to the light.
Harper Lysandra.
Stop! Who's there?
I'm Moikapy Draws.
Hands up!
Alright, don't seem like nothing too bad. Why y'all looking at me like that?
Jonas, move in!
Is he Oh man!
I'm here! Where are you? Jonas? Can you see our torches? I can't see anything!
Oh man!
Something's wrong!
That's crazy.
Follow my voice! Come back to the light! Who's there? Meg? Is that...
Jonas?
Oh man. Is he gonna make it out?
There you are. Come. Join me.
Jonas.
Hell nah. His soul's consumed by darkness. Not a good sign.
Don't let it get hold of you! Harpers! Now!
Okay, well I got Harper's on my side. Harper's on my side.
Let's wait until no one's trying to kill me. Maybe later, when I'm not locked in combat.
I wonder if that's enough to take him out. Yo, welcome to the stream, Ultimate. My thing is, I wonder what happens if I turn this on. Nothing. I don't want to use this.
Concentrate.
Something about these guys tell me they're gonna be they're not resistant to necrotic damage. Let's see. Oh, they're immune. Okay, I didn't know that. Yo, what's up with the Shadowheart damage?
Shit. The shadows took units. Make every strike count!
Oh, she's just running. Oh, he's gonna sense hide present on me? Oh, yeah, you missed. Oh, you found me. Ooh, you missed. It's gonna push her? Oh no. So I can't fight Jonas. I feel like if I fight Jonas, they're gonna be pissed. Target cannot be moved by force. Alright, dope. Yeah, let's go ahead and do all that. We'll do some distracting strike.
Finish them off!
I didn't think you would take any damage, buddy. You didn't say anything. Well done. Where's this shadow going? Oh, you missed. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just attack this guy. because it will prevent me from kind of like, I don't really want to make like, I don't want to like fight him. He's temporarily hostile. So like, I don't really want to like piss him off. You know what I'm saying? And then like, he not really be what they need. Yeah, I'm trying to save you, Jonas. Thing is, I don't know where our buddy is, so we're just gonna walk down here.
Time to push my luck again.
What if I knock him out?
Try me.
Well done. Now we've got to move. I know a safe place. Give me your map.
Wait, why am I her?
Keep your torch high. If you step into the shadows, you'll be felled in a heartbeat.
Safe place to be somewhere the shadows can't penetrate?
That's right. Protected by magic. Only spot in the region that's not been swallowed up by this damn curse. Light will save you here on the outskirts, but a few paces deeper you're screwed. If you want to catch your breath, the inn's the only place to do it. Hope to see you there.
All right.
Harpers, move out!
Wait, did he die? But I put him to sleep. All right. I guess they just killed him. That's crazy.
Can't afford to stay idle.
Still alive, so that's progress.
We're gonna lockpick this real quick.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Do we just complete a whole loop around a grave?
This grave is a mess. Paw prints. Where do they lead?
Half-buried femur. Some beast wanted to save it for later, perhaps?
Family ring. Oh, +2 in death throws. Okay. That's a good little ring. Hmm. I feel like there's so much to explore in here. Last light in. I feel like we're gonna end up coming this way anyways. Did I take damage? Huh. Oh, it's because we're like not together.
The image of an orange-haired cat asleep before a fireplace comes to you.
Huh.
What came of it?
Have to keep going. Oh.
Action, not reaction.
It's like, do I need a torch myself? For real though, hold on.
She shields me. I can feel her.
How many die today? How many die tomorrow?
Just having her around us protect us. Because I could just leave her with Lathander, and then if I have this, then I'll be good. It just sucks if I ever get caught out in a fight. You know?
That dead bird's been corrupted by the shadows. It would be wise.
They're all flying in around us. This is insane. This is definitely the last thing I'm doing tonight.
I'm ready.
All right. Pray to turn all. What does this do? Damn. That was big experience. I didn't know that was going to happen. We just got 480 experience like that. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't think they have anything. Yo, that was a lot of experience, Shadowheart. Charming little eggs.
Someone there?
Yeah, we need you to lockpick this, buddy. Damn. You got a 1? There we go. What? Did I even jump? Could I jump? Hold on. I could definitely Misty Step there. You know? I could definitely Misty Step there. But I still think it's crazy we took out all those dang birds like that.
This place is
I didn't expect it.
Must be the refuge the Harpers spoke of.
Help, a darkness is rolled with weather than cutting off all sides. Okay. Pick that one up. Is there any more? There's only one real curse? One real raven? No.
This place. There's a power in
Remember
these
when you told me
shadows,
oh.
Rings a bell? Why?
Oh, here you go.
Oh, hells. You didn't pick that by hand, did you? They're deadly poisonous. Joking. They're safe. And beautiful.
Dang, I thought I was gonna die.
Thank you. I don't have anything to give you in return, I'm afraid.
It's just a token. I don't expect anything.
Well, perhaps I can come up with something later, all the same.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, so I get to keep the Night Orchid? I mean, I guess I do since it's still in, you know. Didn't really leave our inventory, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, not really a thing.
One day I'll catch a break.
All right, it's 11:51. I'm done derping around. My quest is to go in here. I'll probably do that, but I think I'm going to save here so that way we can begin begin the quest doing Last Light, and then we'll continue probably down here and come over here. We're in Act 2 now. We're in the beginning. It's a lot of fun. I do thank a lot of you for tuning in. This is going to be, I'm going to try to do this again. We're currently on Twitch, YouTube, Rumble, and X. So thank you all again for tuning in. I'll see you on